Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. We're on a few minutes early. So I hope everything's working the way it's supposed to. I don't know if YouTube's gonna punish me for my earliness. Audio's good. Thanks, Danny. Early as usual yourself, aren't you? Daniel, I have exciting news. Something fun is happening. What's that? Do tell. So there's the guy that was on my stream on Twitch today, and he is starting an SMP. He like built his own machine, a server machine, and he invited me to join. It's just like small streamers, but they seem really cool, and I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun, even if nothing happens with it. It'll just be fun to play with other people. And it's just vanilla Minecraft, which is cool. So that's going live tomorrow. I might be streaming on Twitch tomorrow afternoon, evening. Yeah, it'll be really fun. They're on the younger side. Like, I'm definitely the oldest by several years, but I think it'll be a good time. Chill vibes with these guys, which is cool. So you don't have to do anything. I'll be on Twitch, so you know what to do. And of course, I'll still make time for you. Here's the thing. If we can ever get you a machine built, maybe you could join in. Hang out on the server with us. I think that'd be fun. We'll have to see. Okay. Let's do something. Let's start. I have literally so much to do. Hey, Mary. Nice to see you. You're good. This is an extra bonus stream, so no pressure. I hope work is going okay, even though you have a bunch of it. Daniel, better computer. Yeah, you just need a better computer. You need to just build one. Start saving. See, what do we want to work on? I did all of this yesterday because I was tired of looking at all the gaps. So I think I'm gonna work on more of the moon tonight. Marlena, hi! Love your videos. I just recently got into cross stitching and you're one of the first videos I watched to get started. Congratulations on starting a new hobby. So fun, so glad you're here. What project are you working on? If you're working on one tonight, let me know. I'm trying to decide what I want to do right now. I probably should outline. I have like this big section of blue to do, and then there's a couple more like colors inside of this. So I think I'm gonna work on like getting it kind of outlined so that it's easier to fill in. Because especially while I'm streaming, it's hard for me to like be counting constantly. I really lose track of what I'm doing quite a bit. So we're gonna make it easier on ourselves and outline it. Also, guys, remind me to drink water. I've not been drinking enough water. Milena, I'm working on a little kitty hanging on a branch. Almost done, can't wait to frame it. That's so fun. If you aren't already on the Discord server, we have a Discord server. You can share your projects and stuff. Everyone is super supportive. It's a fun place. Hi, Casper. It's good to see you. I missed you on Saturday. Daniel, it just costs money. If anything, I'd probably shoot for a gaming laptop. Ooh, that's a good idea. The HP Omen gaming laptops look really good. That's the laptop version of the computer that I just bought. You should look into it. They're about the same price as what I paid for my computer. You can save. That's the great thing. Starting young, you can save. There's options for you. Okay, we're gonna start this. Casper, what are you working on tonight? Let me know. Okay, we're gonna start here. Guys, remind me to drink water. Remind me to do all the things I'm supposed to do. Because tonight, I am not... I'm fine. I'm doing fine. But, I just feel like I haven't... I've had a productive day, but it's starting and ending with streaming. Because this morning I streamed for like 2.5 hours on Twitch playing Minecraft. And then, I ended up having a call with the guy we're starting a server with, and then I ended up talking to my family for hours and hours. My little brother is on an Mormon mission in Argentina, and he gets to call the family once a week, and we have like a big group call. And today it was like a group call with my siblings and my dad, and then a separate group call with like the other half of the family with like my mom and my other siblings. And anyway, it was it was like hours of talking, and I did not intend for it to be hours of talking, so I wasn't like totally prepared to spend my whole day on the phone. But that's what ended up happening. So today is like nonstop talking for me, and I need extra water. More water than I've drank, for sure. I'm probably gonna need a bathroom break halfway through this. Casper, yes, I wanted to come on Saturday, but it's almost exam week for me, so I'm pretty busy working my line cross stitch. Say nice, nice. I totally understand that. Exams suck, but you'll get through them. I believe in you. And good on you for studying instead of hanging out, because when I was in school, I would have 100% hung out instead of studying. That's why I didn't last very long in college. Let's see. Mary, I'm feeling the exam stuff. Are you in school, Mary? I can't remember. I know you're working on work stuff right now, but let me know. So guys, I have bad news also, because my tattoo artist emailed me today to ask if she could move my appointment to Friday instead of tomorrow. So I have to wait till Friday to get tattooed. And you know what that means? It's gonna be so fresh on Saturday. And it's gonna be really fun. It's on my back, so I'm kind of not looking forward to that happening on Friday. I was excited about it happening tomorrow, and I had kind of a week to recover, but deep breaths, it'll be fine. That's just life, right? Mary, yep, 4th year of university and working on a paper. Schoolwork, got it. Cool, okay. Casper, what tattoo are you getting? I'm getting a snake on my back. I can't remember if I mentioned that on Saturday. I think I did. But yeah, it's like a space snake. I'll show it to you when I get it, because it's kind of hard to describe, but I like sent a reference, and I don't know what the artist is gonna do, so we'll see. I'm not super picky at this point, but I am very excited. It'll be fun. We had a lot of tattoo talk on Saturday. Everyone is excited about tattoos, which is cool, because I love them. It's been fun to finally like have COVID stuff starting to get resolved a little bit, get vaccinated, so that I start thinking about getting them again. I kind of had to put that on hold for a while. Okay, I'm not into this song. Casper, the other thing that's new is that I'm playing music now. But it's all, of course, you know, no copyright music. So feel free to tell me if you hate this song and I'll change it. Not all songs are made equal. And they're not all my choice. It's just a playlist. Daniel, ouch, they're all $1,000 on sale. I'm 2/10 of the way there. Hey, 2/10 is great. You know, that's also 1/5, right? 1/5 feels way better than 2/10. You're gonna be awesome. You can do it. I believe in you. Stacy, hey, just got up work and watching while I'm on kitchen dinner duty. Ooh, vodka penne pasta sounds amazing. I had McDonald's for dinner, so you are doing better than me tonight. But I'm glad you're here. Ooh, I don't know if I like this song either. Is it too weird? I feel like it might be a little too weird. I don't like the like voice in the background saying things. Nah. This is called Canyon Drive. Maybe it'll be less weird than the other one. Ooh, you know what I just realized? I wonder if Vincent's watching right now. I just realized we didn't pick a movie for next Friday yet. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna actually want to go to a movie. Okay, well, maybe I won't be able to pick one right now then. I was thinking about doing that, but actually, I'll have a very fresh back tat. I don't know if I'll want to go to the movies. Okay, we need to talk, Vincent, if you're watching this. I don't think he is. I think he's watching a movie. He teaches a French film and conversation class for like advanced students. So they literally just like, he picks a movie to watch and they watch it every week together. And then they have to talk about the movie. And it's just like discussion. So every week he has to watch a movie for the 2 classes that he teaches that are film and conversation. And of course he procrastinates. So it always happens like a day or 2 before. Stacy, glad to be here. I always need to watch something while making food. McD sounds amazing, honestly. Yeah. I've been eating an embarrassing amount of McDonald's lately. I think it's just very much comfort food for me. It's like the most basic of the basic, and it's like consistently the same. With my taste changing so much with COVID, I've found myself gravitating towards like simpler foods more in the last year, and McDonald's has become kind of a favorite, which is wild. But quarter pounder with cheese, man. So good. Medium fries. Right now all the drinks are bottled, so I get a bottle of Coke. But I have definitely been having a ton of fast food like that lately, which isn't particularly healthy. It's just really delicious. I probably don't eat enough in general, which is why I can have like really unhealthy meals too often. Don't recommend that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. But it is very satisfying when I do have it. Mary, I had an optometry appointment today, which is the first time I've really been anywhere in the COVID era. It was kind of weird. Yeah, I went to a gynecologist appointment a few weeks ago that felt really weird to me too. Like, I totally know what you mean. There's this weird disconnect I've found with like doctors in COVID era where like everyone's wearing masks. It's like I've never met this doctor before and they don't even know what my face looks like, and that is so weird. It's the same with like my tattoo artist even, like she doesn't even know what I look like. That's actually the reason why I've been like really wanting to get a haircut, because I really need a trim like on the bottoms of my hair, and I mean I have some wacky layers in my hair because I've been cutting it myself, so I really want a hairstylist to like clean it up, and I just cut my own super short bangs all the time, so I'm glad that they don't look horrible. I don't think. But I just feel like I don't want to go get my hair cut or anything when they can't even see my face. Like, how is a hairstylist supposed to give you a really great haircut when they can't even see your like actual face shape, you know? Anyway, there's weird stuff like that that I've never had to consider that like I've found myself putting off because of masks and things. It's too weird still. Dentist is another one I haven't been to. Has anyone been to the dentist? How's it been? I feel like that would be the weirdest of all. So weird. Because you would feel like you need to be wearing a mask, but you're not because you're at the dentist. You know what I mean? It's hard to describe why that's so weird, but it just feels scary. I don't know, man. Okay, I'm gonna start from this side just for kicks. Jennifer, your dentist was awesome. Okay, you've been to the dentist and you survived. You survived COVID dentistry. We usually go for cleanings like at least every 6 months, but we just haven't. They wear all the gear all the time anyway. Yeah, it's so true. They do. I think that's what makes me feel weird about it, because it's like you I'm used to wearing a mask everywhere I go to, and like I hate it because you can't see everyone's face, but at the same time, like I'm so used to it that it feels weird to not almost. Like it's so hard to describe, but it's just like I should be wearing a mask right now. Like I think I'd be apologizing for breathing the whole time I was there. I'm sure that you didn't have as much anxiety about it as me, but oh, you see, I'm weird. I love going to the dentist anyway. There you go. JC, I kind of want curtain bangs, some layers. I feel like my hair is still too short. I think that your hair is super cute, and you can... I think that growing it out is fine. Like, if you're worried about it looking awkward, it doesn't at all. But growing it out is so hard, and I can relate to that, too. This is why... This is the first time in my life that I've had long hair, like, my entire life, because... when I was little, my mom kept it shorter just because she had shorter hair, and I think I liked it that way. But then as I've gotten older... or like basically all through high school and in early adulthood too, I just got impatient with it, and like I would want to change it in some way, but the only thing you can do is take more hair off. So it just, I mean, by the time I was a senior in high school, I had a pixie cut. So it's been like a really long, slow process to grow my hair out finally. And now I'm afraid to cut it at all, just like all those girls I used to make fun of who had long hair, and I didn't, you know, like, huh, you're scared to cut your hair? Now I don't want to cut my hair. But I also feel like I have no clue what to do with it. And I love it long, but I still get bored, obviously, because I keep cutting my bangs shorter and shorter. The only thing stopping me from doing anything drastic is that I don't want to go to the hairstylist with the mask on. Casper, I haven't been to the dentist at all. I'm sure they take precautions. It seems more unsafe, so I haven't thought about it. Yeah, it just is like, I don't know. Just makes me feel weird. Jade, good morning. Hi. Caitlin, I've gone to the dentist twice, and they have this weird air filter machine over you. Ooh, that would be... I mean, I'd feel better. Like, I'd feel like I was keeping them safe, which is great, but I also would feel weird about it. I don't know, man. Okay, I gotta focus on this. Let's see. Counting stitches is so annoying. Air filter machine. Wild. Guys, I'm literally so glad that we're doing this because after talking about it on Saturday, I want to finish this project so badly. I think I'm going to try to schedule as many streams as possible. So like I just could keep working on it with you because it's way more fun to work on it on a stream than it is by myself, I'm finding. It's like giving me the motivation I need to keep going because I've really been struggling to focus on it. So thank you for being here. Thanks for giving me a reason to keep plowing ahead because I literally, I mean, can't even tell you. I mostly just haven't been working on it, and then I feel guilty because I see it every time I walk into the room. So working on it here is perfect. Stacey, I love your hair. I loved your vlogs of cutting it yourself. Yeah. I just figured, just in case it gets all messed up, it'll be a good vlog. Luckily, I haven't messed it up yet. I'm kind of too careful probably to really do that, but just in case. Jennifer, I've been working from home, so my chance of infecting the dentist was low. The other way around, well, looks like it was okay. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm assuming any reasonable person wouldn't go if they had, like, recently been exposed or had any symptoms, right? Like, normal people don't go out when they're sick, so I'm assuming if you went, you were safe. I'm just, man, it's weird. Like, I thought I'd feel more relief getting my first vaccine shot, but I'm thinking now that'll probably come with my second one because I definitely still feel kind of unsafe. Like I feel like I want to be extra careful. The South African variant is alive and well in New York City right now too, so I keep hearing a lot of news about that, which is kind of nerve-wracking. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Ooh, I like this one. This artist is called Dusty Decks, and I love everything that they have ever put out. But the problem is that I can't only play them because there's not enough of them. I don't even know if there's anything new to share because I was just here on Saturday. There's not a lot to catch up on. Other than just feeling better, I actually... Oh wait, this is wrong. I need to go up instead of down. Sorry. I feel like I'm finally starting to get kind of back into routine a little bit. Honestly, scheduling live streams helps so much because it's just like... It's like an appointment that you have to be there for, you know what I mean? So I've been really loving being able to do that. Thanks for being here, guys. You make crafting fun. It's kind of nice almost, like, for a while my schedule felt like almost too flexible, you know? It's hard because everyone, I think everyone's dream, they think, is to be able to be their own boss and have their own schedule. But when you do have your own schedule, it is so hard to stay motivated and productive sometimes. Like, not to mention with what I'm dealing with already, but like, man, it's rough. So I feel like scheduling live streams just gives so much more structure to my week, and I really am enjoying that. The only thing that's hard is just that I have to work around Vincent's teaching schedule. So someday. Tell your friends who want to learn French to go follow his YouTube channel so he can quit teaching full time. Jennifer, I missed Saturday. What did I miss? Oh, lots of tattoo talk, mostly. I am getting a tattoo this week. It was supposed to be tomorrow. But my artist, I think that she was finally getting caught up on emails because she closed her books now. So I think I got lucky with, like, getting, you know, into her DMs before she closed her books. But I think she must be catching up on stuff because she asked to move my appointment from tomorrow to Friday. So I am still getting a tattoo this week, but it's gonna be at the end of the week. So anyway, that was one thing. What else? You guys might be able to remind me more. We talked about the movies I've seen recently. The one last week was Godzilla vs. Kong. And then the one this most recent weekend was Voyagers. Shoot, I did it again. I always accidentally run my needle through my thread and then it gets all tangled. Oh, and then Saturday we ended up getting vaccinated, as you know. And the next, like that day I felt crappy and that's why I had to cancel the last live stream. But the day after that, I had my psychiatrist appointment and I got prescribed medications. And they are helping so much. So we had a lot of mental health talk too, because that's kind of a big thing. I've never been to therapy, but I've probably needed it my entire life. And I have a ton of anxiety and out of control depression. So they were immediately just like, yeah, that's a lot. Here's some anxiety and depression meds. And I also got some beta blockers for anxiety attacks. So we were just talking about all of that kind of stuff too, because it's kind of a lot, but it's been a good experience. I feel 100% better. Not 100, I mean, I don't feel perfect, but like I feel a lot better than I did. 100% I'm for sure feeling better is what I meant to say. No doubt about it. Casper, I totally get it. Keeping structure while working from home is tough. Doing schoolwork online right now makes it easier to procrastinate, but I always feel super guilty whenever I'm doing work. Yeah, it's this weird thing where it's like, you don't have to do it, right? There's no one sitting there telling you to do it. There's no one checking on your productivity. And so it's easier to not do it, but you also feel worse when you do because you're also the boss that's frustrated at yourself when you're not getting it done in time. It's the worst. Mary, hey, 100% better is twice as better. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's been good. I have this app I'm really bad at remembering to take pills, which is why I think I've been scared of medication because I just feel like it's worse to like start something and then not be consistent with it. So I have this app that like reminds me to take my medicine every day at 9 a.m. And it also has me check in throughout the day and like rate how I'm feeling and leave I get to leave notes, which is good. And that's been helping a lot. And it's interesting because it's like every day there's like a dip in the afternoon I've noticed, and it's been like a good way to like check in with myself and like, you know, have to label like on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I feeling right now in this moment? It's generally been low, but it's been gradually I've been getting into the fives and sixes lately, which is good. Jennifer, that's good for me. The schedule, productivity, mental health are all mixed up. Yeah. Um, they are so intertwined. I think that it's just like it all kind of hit at once for sure. Cause this is for sure my dream job. Like, this is what I would choose to do for the rest of my life. And I mean, I've always had a lot of ambition. I moved to New York City when I was 18. Like, I have drive. Um, but it just, the last couple years just got really lost in the muck of like, um, just like faith crisis, and getting married and moving to a different country was hard, eye-opening but hard. And then COVID on top of that. It's just like I felt really lost. Like, I haven't felt like myself in a long time, and I've always definitely had anxiety and stuff, but it's out of control. So we're getting it under control. And I think that, you know, with all of that, it's like scheduling is the last thing on my mind, which is not great because I am an adult who has bills like that I need to pay. So getting work done consistently is very important, just like it is for everyone here. That doesn't change just because I do get to make my own schedule. So it's all about balance, working through trauma, getting my serotonin levels in my brain right. Then we'll be good to go. Okay, music. I don't know why. It's fine. It looks wonky to me, but I think it's just because of the way that my fabric is pulled. I think that I'm doing this right. Yeah, I think it's fine. It makes me nervous when it's supposed to be a circle and it doesn't look quite like a circle, you know? Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I don't need to tie this off. I can keep going. Forgot that I was literally just making an outline, but it's all with this color. I can just keep going with it. Duh. We did go out for drinks on Sunday, which was so nice. It was like it was raining so hard. And luckily we just found a spot in our neighborhood. We went out with our friend Matt. And it was just so nice. Like, you know, we just did outdoor seating. It was in the rain, so it wasn't crowded at all. But we got like food and just like a few beers. And I mean, I had one beer because I'm a lightweight, but it was so nice just to kind of feel like a little bit normal. We haven't gone out with friends anywhere at all in a very long time. So it felt so nice to feel normal. Just something basic like that. Just to being able to like say, hey, you want to go? And then like go and do that. We all have had our first vaccine shots, so it's exciting to think about this summer maybe being a little bit more flexible. Speaking of which, I might be going to Georgia the like first week of May or so. It'll be about 2 weeks after our second appointment, vaccine shot. So we should be good to go on travel. And we might be going to visit our friend Matt's family. His parents live down there, and we've never been. We're trying to decide if maybe like flying or driving. I think Vince and I would both like to drive, but it depends on Matt because he's the one with the car. But anyway, that being said, I might not be free one of these weekends coming up, but for a very good reason. I would love to get out of the city for a weekend or whatever. I'll keep you posted like well in advance, obviously. Never again will I leave people sitting there 15 minutes before the live stream. I still feel so bad about that. I mean, obviously nothing could be done about it. It was like such a last minute thing, but yeah, I'll give you notice. That might be the only thing coming up though. We don't have any other plans for this entire year so far. Very exciting. Yeah, just the thought of doing anything is exciting. Even if it's hanging out with somebody's parents at their house in Georgia. Pixel circles are always iffy. Yeah, I mean, they're never going to be perfect, right? There's always going to be something wrong. Especially one like this, it's all kind of shaded. You guys also got me thinking so much about a cross-stitch tattoo. I think I'm going to get that red heart. I think that it's so cute. Maybe just a hint of color. I might be turning into a one color person. We'll have to see. I just feel like it would age so well. Stacy, yay, sounds fun. I didn't realize how much traveling was important to me until the pandemic hit. Same. Because I'm not like an avid traveler. Like I enjoy travel, but it exhausts me more than it like makes me feel alive, you know? I think there's some people who like live for the times when they're not home, but I am kind of a homebody in that way. But that being said, those few trips a year I used to take, I'm really missing France too. When I married a Frenchman, I knew that France would in some way be part of my identity. But living there solidified it as a place that I love and was planning on going back to frequently, and it's been so hard to have lived here since 2019 and not to have been able to go back. We were supposed to take a big trip in 2020 and we just couldn't, so that's been a really weird thing too. It just feels like that time in our life was a dream, except it's not. Like Vincent's whole family's there and we need to visit them, and anyway, I'm really excited to be able to go to Europe again too. Casper, I totally want some crafting tattoos. Don't they sound so fun? I just feel like I want to commemorate anything that I love, especially cross stitch in particular. I feel like has given me you guys, and I love this community so much. So I want you in some form to be on my body forever. Daniel, you made that mod pack? Amazing. Okay, we're gonna have to test it out. I mean, I'll be on tomorrow, but if anything, we can get on Wednesday too. I'll keep you posted. Or actually, you text me because I'll forget. Text me. Text me later. Did you hear that? I don't know what that sounded like. Are any of you guys... no, this is maybe a dumb question. But I do a couple Twitch streams in the morning, and there are times where I might want to switch things around and do streams in the evening, or like depending on what's going on for Twitch, which means that there might be opportunities for some morning streams. And I just ask because I know a lot of you guys are in other parts of the world. So let me know if there's any like days where morning streams would work for you, because I could for sure do Monday or Wednesday depending. But I'm still trying to kind of like finalize a consistent schedule, and I just want to play around with like what works, if that makes sense. Daniel, it was spiffy. I didn't like it in my earbuds. Like the mod pack, was it annoying? I don't understand. Explain. Oh no, we're getting to the end of this thread. Jennifer, which vaccine did you get? We got Pfizer. I've heard I wanted to get the mRNA one. I hate needles, but I wanted the 2-dose one I just wanted maximum protection, being already kind of compromised. And we just got lucky with that, but I've heard that Moderna has some worse side effects after the 2nd dose, so I'm glad we were able to get Pfizer. Jade, some morning streams would be amazing because it'd be night for me and I could cross stitch with you instead of running around the house trying to keep the boys alive. I will keep that in mind. I was thinking about you. There's one other person that commented that my streams are always in the middle of the night for them. I'm assuming they were like maybe in the UK also, but so I know there's at least 2 of you. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna see what I can schedule. Cause Vincent generally, it's hard because Vincent generally doesn't teach until at least 10 a.m. So like technically I could hang out on stream from like 8 to 10 or something. The problem is that then I have to get up. And I've had such a horrible backwards schedule lately that I've been getting up at 8 and, you know, like getting going at 9. And so I just would need to adjust my sleep schedule, which that's my own thing. I just need to deal with it. But, you know, if there's a reason to, I can do it. This morning was a freaking nightmare, let me tell you. I got up at 8:30-ish. I was like kind of like fully awake. Vincent was in the bathroom and I needed to shower, and then I was going to start my like Minecraft stream on Twitch at 9 a.m. so I could stream for 3 hours before Vincent had a class at 12:15. So I like get up and go to the bathroom, and Vincent's like, I think we have a problem. The toilet flushing mechanism, like the actual plastic piece that's inside the toilet tank that like lifts the plug to flush the toilet, snapped in half. And at the same time, the handle kind of like cracked on the outside. So we spent like 20 minutes trying to jerry-rig it so that we could still use it until we could get a replacement. And then Vincent had to like research a replacement to order. So we're getting a replacement on Wednesday, luckily. I literally just took, in like our hardware, we have like a whole bunch of extra hardware from all the different furniture and stuff we put together. So there's this one little like, it was probably about this big, this one little like wrench thing that came with one of our furniture pieces, but it was the right length. So I literally just like duct taped it to the broken piece to like reinforce it so it could still flush. It like half the time gets stuck now. Like it's totally busted. But anyway, so we were dealing with that. I knew I needed a shower, so it's like 8:45 at this point. I'm like, I turned on the shower to like get it warm. And usually it would get warm really fast because we had like that really overactive boiler, you know, like the huge one that they attached to our building from the outside. Actually, it's on the street, to run the radiators all winter. And I think that they must have turned that off or something because it's taken a lot longer for our water to get warm recently. But I kid you not, like usually it would take maximum 10 minutes of the shower running to get really hot. And that was rarely like if the whole building was using it or something. I hate running the water like that, but like it is icy cold if I don't. Like I'm shivering. I get out exhausted because I've been shivering for 10 minutes in the shower. Like I need warm water. And today it was running for 20 minutes at least, and it never got warm. Like the shower never warmed up. It was so cold. And Vincent's trying to fix the broken toilet. I had to pee so bad. So I was like, I can't pee in the toilet while he's trying to fix it. and I had to shower, and so I was like, I'll just pee in the toilet and in the shower. And I don't recommend this, like clean your shower afterwards if you do this, but like desperate times, right? So it's not quite warm enough yet for showering, but I was like, I just have to do this, like I'm gonna wet my pants. So I get in and I do my business, and I'm just standing there naked in the freezing cold shower, and I'm already in, right? And it just never got warm. And I was just standing there for like 10 minutes in this freezing shower, like waiting for it to get warm so I could wash my hair, and it never did. So I finally just gave up and like took a very cold shower. I was dying. It was not a good morning. So I ended up like horking down some cereal on stream because my new medication means that I like have to eat or I get really nauseous. And so I couldn't not eat and I had to take meds, but I also had to stream. And anyway, it was a freaking mess. We got through it, but wow, it was a rough start. It was such a rough start to my day today. Hopefully tomorrow there will be a warm shower. Hopefully. We will see. I mean, jury's out on that. I don't know what is going on with it though. If it doesn't get warm, I'm gonna have to like complain to the building manager because that's not normal. Mary, that sounds awful. Yeah. I mean, like complete first world problems, right? Like, oh, your toilet is a little sensitive to flushing normally and your water didn't get warm enough in your shower. Like, how dare I complain? But it was just, I wasn't mentally prepared for that kind of morning, I think. I was not ready for that. It's okay though. We got the toilet part that we needed. It's coming on Wednesday, like I said, so it's just a few days of dealing with it. No big deal. And then, as long as the shower starts to warm up again, I think we'll be fine. We'll see what happens. Stacy, ugh, the words plumbing appliance issues always have me anxious. Same, especially because when it's not your own house, like if it's not something you can fix yourself, that means you have to like call the building manager and then some random person has to come and fix it, and it's just like this whole thing. The social anxiety for me with people having to come into my house right now is like, it's really rough. It's not my favorite. I struggle. So like appliance issues, whatever, I'm like, please let it be something we can fix ourselves so we don't have to call someone. Luckily this part, it's literally just replacing like the little handle mechanism. So hopefully it will be not too bad. Jennifer, you've heard that too. Wait, what have you heard? Did I say something along those lines? I can't remember. I said a lot of things just now. Or were you responding to Stacy? Maybe you were responding to Stacy. Maybe it wasn't about me at all. This feels kind of like happy elevator music. I'm kind of digging it. I hope you don't mind it. I really love this stuff. It's very relaxing. I think it's the mix of like good beats and kind of the hints of, you know, real instruments from the samples that they take from these old songs. It's good. It's good stuff. Guys, I have been binging Outlander. Stacy, it's a vibe. Okay, good. So I've been watching Outlander. It's on Netflix right now. It's only, I think only up to season 4 or 5. I think there's more seasons. I think it's up to season 4, and then there's a season 5, and then they've already filmed a season 6. Anyway, I'm just barely getting into it, but I actually really love it. So have any of you guys watched it? Does it stay good or does it get worse? I'm in season 2 right now. But I'm very much enjoying it. I think the like old 1700s France is really fun to watch too, maybe just because it's personal, but like, man, the costumes. I love Scottish like music, and accent culture is so fun. I love historical set pieces. It's just really cool. Casper's seen it on Netflix. Mary, you've got to go. I'm so glad that you were able to check in. Good luck on all of your schoolwork. Study hard. Have a good night. French media analysis, you got this. You can totally, you're gonna nail it. I believe in you. I'm sending all the good French vibes your way. Casper, what is it about? Outlander. It's definitely an adult show. I think it originally aired on Stars, so it's like HBO level, like nudity and sex. But it is about a woman in 1945, just, you know, end of World War II, who gets time traveled back to 1743. And so it's all about like her trying to get back to her current time, obviously, but also like adjusting to life there. And it's really fascinating. I like it because it feels really historically accurate to me as far as like costume design and like the politics and like culture of the eras. They seem really historically accurate, at least to me, compared to what I know is not historically accurate in a lot of media I've seen. This one feels like they worked really hard on that. Like they show all the different like layers that women have to wear, you know, and like the medicine of the time. She's a nurse, so she was a nurse in the war. So like going back to 1700s, obviously medical knowledge was vastly inferior in the 1700s than the 1900s. So it's like learning about that kind of stuff is really fun. Anyway, it's very romantic though. Like, you know, she meets a beautiful Scottish boy, and it's definitely about like romance and danger and adventure, which is really fun, but also very historically accurate. So I'm very much enjoying it. I don't know that many people that have watched it though. Casper, oh, sounds interesting. Yeah. I recommend it if you're comfortable, you know, with like full on, definitely R-rated, like sex scenes and stuff. Then you'll enjoy it. It's very romantic and very exciting. Stacey, yes, I think I was still in season 1, but it's really good. I heard there are some tough episode scenes to watch, but I might try and skip those scenes. I love historical fiction. Yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, there are some trigger warning worthy moments as far as like assault and stuff goes, which would have happened back then frequently anyway. Definitely hard to watch. Those are also very accurately done. But it is really good. I bet if you looked online at like IMDb has like that parent section, or Angel Vids or something like that. Video Angel? I can't remember. There's this one website that like you can cut out whatever filters you put on something. That would be another way to watch it and skip stuff too. There's options. Let's see. Okay. Oh no. Fuzz from my fuzzy sweater is getting caught in my thread. Roll up my sleeve. You can't properly cross stitch without a fuzzy sweater. Are you kidding me? Jeez. Jennifer, skip stuff I don't want to see by looking at my needlework. Game of Thrones has a lot less nudity and violence that way. That is true. Yeah, I honestly pretty much never watch shows just watching them anyway. I'm almost always doing something else. So I feel like things just aren't quite as impactful to me to begin with. Just like exactly that reason. I'm always just like picking and choosing what I'm looking at as I go. I will say too that different things affect different people so vastly differently. Duh. No, but like my mom can't stand language. Like language just makes her feel icky. Whereas like for me, and well, and like she doesn't do language, but like she loves horror movies. Like she will go see all of the like crazy, goofy horror movies with my stepdad. And like I cannot do horror. It gives me total nightmares. I cannot look at it. It's like it freaks me out. But like language, I don't even remember when things have language in them. Like I completely, it just like rolls right over me. I don't even notice it. And like I've had this happen multiple times where like I'll recommend something that I really enjoyed, and then like to someone that, you know, for instance, doesn't like language, and I'll go back and watch it again and be like, oh my gosh, there's so much cursing in this, and I did not even like realize it. It happens to me all the time where I'm like, oops, I didn't even realize. Had no idea. Yeah, so I don't do horror, but I can do like wartime violence, and I can do language, and nudity doesn't bother me because I think I spent a lot of time doing figure drawing as an artist, that it doesn't make me feel anything. It's just naked body. I can appreciate the beauty of beautiful naked bodies, but it just doesn't like it doesn't affect me in any way like horror or gore does. No. What are you guys, what are you guys' things? I think everyone's different, and I don't know what it has to do with necessarily. Probably a lot of it has to do with like upbringing and like what people were taught surrounding things, surrounding different things that were considered like labeled bad or good. Casper, my girlfriend and I almost only watch horror movies. I'm pretty okay with them except for gore sometimes. I'm always crafting and watching movies, so it's easy to look away. Yeah, the gore gets me too. That, and like I really, if there's like horror films where there's like things in dark corners, like things coming out, or like honestly, really like twisted bodies and stuff, I get like that sticks with me. Like we went to see Voyagers, and it was pretty fun, by the way. It's kind of like a sci-fi thriller, but there was a trailer before Voyagers for a new horror film, and they like full on showed some of like the scary like demon monsters in the trailer, and I was kind of mad because usually they kind of just hint at it and you have like the jump scare at the end of a trailer, but this trailer was like full on and I was not ready, and like I can vividly see them in my brain right now. Like it really sticks with me. I can't do it. Like the upside down walking down the stairs, you know what I mean? So scary. So scary. Stacy, I'm an empath, so I get really emotional for like sad events, things I never experienced. Yeah, I can't watch horror. Yeah, no. Stacy, can you do like dog movies and stuff then, or is like even that too much? Because I know a lot of people who are really empathetic can't even do like pet stories and stuff. It's like too much. Jade, I cannot watch war movies. Went to the movies with a friend a few years ago, and she chose the movie. She chose Fury, which is a tank war movie. I watched Top Random. Yeah, war makes me feel a lot, but I love watching it because I feel like I want to see, like I want to be able to, you know, secondhand experience that. And so like it doesn't affect me enough to where I don't want to watch it. But there's a lot of people who are too affected by it because it's so real and so visceral. So that makes perfect sense. Jennifer, the nudity in Game of Thrones was usually paired with violence, so it was disturbing. Yeah, I agree. They did that for sure on purpose to elicit like all the reactions. George R. R. Martin's a little twisted. Jennifer, don't like mental horror. I was really disturbed by 7. The thought that someone came up with all those horrible things, they made a movie instead of doing it, but all the sickos in the world. Literally, I had the exact same thought. Another movie that was shown before Voyagers last week was Spiral. It's a new movie in the Saw franchise, and the Saw movies are the same with me. Like Spiral, you know, is the same thing where it's just like, I literally was sitting there watching that trailer thinking of that exact thought. Like, it is so disturbing that someone thought of this and like wanted to create it, wanted to see it brought to life. Like, wild. It's wild. Like, holy moly. Yeah, it's really crazy. There were some episodes of Black Mirror that were kind of like that, that were really hard for me to watch for the same reason. I'm trying to think of what they were. I can't remember what any of the names were. Stacy, we saw Chaos walking in the park with the dog. I'm sorry, I should have warned you, but that was a spoiler. Yeah, okay. So you're not a dog movie person, I take it. Yeah, that was horrible. I cried too, for the record. I felt really bad for him. Jennifer says I didn't watch World on Fire. Ooh, I have no idea what that is. Tell me. Has anyone else watched it? Jade, those Saw movies look repulsive. 50 years ago, my husband and I had a housemate watching Saw when I got home from work and I told her to turn off. Yeah, they were like really big when I was in high school. So it was like the edgy thing for a lot of kids to watch, but that and like Human Centipede, and there's a few other ones that are just so disturbing. I don't even like thinking about them. Casper, you haven't? Enlighten us, Jennifer. Jennifer, ooh, World War II British TV series. Starts in Poland with a bunch of interconnected characters. Really brings some horrible wars for normal people. Really well done, though. Dang. That kind of sounds like Band of Brothers. Is it similar in like being kind of like a limited series, very realistically done type of deal? I think Band of Brothers was about American soldiers, right? But interesting. That sounds really good. Like I said, it is super hard for me to watch, but I love it just because I feel like I want to know the history. Like, that's why I loved The Courier so much. Like, it was so hard to watch what that man went through, but I'm so grateful to know his story too, because I had no idea that story, and I think it's important. Daniel, when a source of all my issues is Hamachi. Daniel, we can do something different. No problemo. Do some research and let me know what you want to do. And we can do it. We could even, I could host a server for us too, if you wanted to. Totally up to you. Sorry guys, side combo. I just realized if you don't know what we're talking about, it's really confusing, but we're just talking about Minecraft. Jade, yeah, Band of Brothers was American Soldiers. My husband has watched it so much. It's a lot of people's favorite. Prop 0 tier. Okay. Servers are too much of an issue to get modded. Got it. Okay, Danny. I trust you and your expertise. I don't know anything about servers. I just want to do whatever's easiest for you, because obviously you've got more limitations than I do for now. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this song. We're gonna let it play for a little bit, and we're gonna decide. I don't think I like it. We're gonna change it. Do you want to know what this song is called? Okay, guys, listen to this song. What do you think this is called? What do you think fits this music? I hate this. Okay, I want to see guesses and then I'll tell you. Oh, I don't like it. Ooh, key change. Casper, it kind of sounds like fancy Wii music. Yeah, it exactly sounds like fancy Wii music. I think that's why I don't like it. It's like jazzed up Wii music. Happy walk in the garden. Guys, this song is called Child Lock. Child Lock. I'm trying to think of some joke around birth control, because if that came on while we were doing it, I would instant vibe killer, honestly. So it's the opposite. Oh no, I guess it is kind of a child lock then, keeping the children out. I don't know. My joke died before it was put into words, but let's try to think of something. It's okay, we've moved on to Mood Ring. Wii music is more fun. It sounds like music gone wrong. I'm really sorry I made you guys sit through that. I just wanted you to suffer with me. I could show you a toddler tantrum. I believe you, but I don't want to see it. If that's what you're dealing with currently, I'm really sorry. Do you guys remember that blog? It was really popular a little while ago. I'm sure it still exists on like Instagram or something, but it was like reasons my my toddler is crying. Reasons my kid is crying, I think it was called, actually. It's so funny. I used to browse that all the time. Just giggle at those poor parents. Ah. Jade, those are hilarious, and it's true. They're all morons who can lose it over nothing. The nice thing about it is that it's just temporary, right? Like, you have this limited time where they're irrational, crazy, emotional monsters, and then they grow up. And then you have, like, cool friends for life that look like you. If things work out. Not everyone is that lucky, but that's the dream. I would assume. That's the dream. That's what my dream would be. If I had little morons who can lose it over nothing. Jennifer, and then they become teenagers. No, we're not talking about the teenager part. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that for Jade, so that she doesn't have to think about it. I don't know about you guys, but I was a perfect teenager who never did anything wrong. I never stayed out late or made out with boys. It definitely wasn't me. I didn't graffiti the freeway overpass. Or dye my friend's hair blue? No, couldn't be me. Definitely didn't stay out too late. Always told my mom exactly where I was. Jackie, hi! It's good to see you. How you doing? What you up to? You made it. I'm so proud. How's everything been? How's work? Just getting home from work, that's okay. Jade, I know what my husband and I did as teenagers. Stacy, Emma, you scoundrel. I was, and it only gets worse and worse. I really never recovered. Jackie, LOL is all I can say on here. See, this is why we're all friends. I think everyone that did crazy stuff like that kind of ends up a little more on the boring side because you kind of get it out of your system early. I think the people who are like a little more careful end up, I don't know. I think you end up doing more interesting things as adults because you've kind of like learned to hone that a little bit more, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense. But sometimes I wish I saved a little bit of like the adventurous spirit for when I could do things that I would want to do now, instead of like using it all up on being a crazy teenager. Jennifer, you did, but I was also sent back to bed. Stacy, I was very uncool. I look back and I wish I had been more daring. Yeah. It's okay. Those stories are just... they're dumb more than anything. Teenagers are really dumb. Jay, teenagers are stupid. I had friends over my birthday when I was 17 and my husband, then boyfriend, I take a golf bag from the golf flag from the golf course up to the road of my mom's house. Oh no. Except one friend decided to take all 18. Oh no! It's like, I wonder who took all of these golf flags. Oh man, we used to take like, well, I didn't. I mean, the dumb people I was with used to take like shopping carts from parking lots and like just the stupidest. It's like, you realize the name of the place is on it, right? Like everyone knows where you took that from. Like, teenagers just don't think. It's really true, like your brain is not fully developed and you just do stuff that makes no common sense and you just don't think the consequences through. And you think that you're really cool too in the moment, which is probably the worst bit. I'm just gonna blame it all on the boys. It's the boys' fault. The boys who do it. They want to impress all the girls. Jade, I'm still giggling about that story. I'm just picturing like kids walking down the street, like 18, those flags are pretty tall. Like, that's a lot of flags for a couple of kids to carry around, you know? It's a lot. Jennifer, I'm gonna go freaking bonkers when I retire. Jennifer, what is your retirement free-for-all bucket list? What's the thing that you need to do? Is it like tattoos or binge drinking or I don't even know. I don't even know what you can do when you're older. What do retired people do for adrenaline? Jade, it took dedication, but to be followed by the police. Yeah, that's brilliant. Good moves, kids. Jennifer, you think you've been responsible since you were 4. You know what? You probably have your act together a lot more than some of us, so maybe it's a good thing. It's like too much. Let's see what we got. Just don't like dark sounding songs, that's what I decided. Casper, I swear old people can get away with stealing from anywhere. Yeah, it's actually true. Maybe they do get away with more now that I think about it. I think maybe it depends on how old, because like people who are in their 60s now probably wouldn't be able to get away with it, but like 80s for sure. I don't know about 70s. 70s is up in the air. Our president is 70, so I mean 70, what, 8? So I don't think that we can say that people in their 70s are like senile or anything. Jade, I look at it like I got it all on my system while I was young enough to get away with it, but my husband and I have some very dumb stories. Okay. That's one thing, like my husband, didn't get the chance to do a lot of stuff like that because his parents were so insanely strict. Like, I think there's something to be said. Like, I'm grateful that my parents just kind of let me be. As a teenager, like, if I went out, they weren't, like, on my case all the time. And I had, like, reasonable curfews. It was, like, you know, 10 to 11 p.m. on, like, school nights and then, like, midnight on the weekends when I was old enough to drive, like, 16, to when I graduated when I was 18. And, like, I will say that I'm really grateful for that amount of freedom because it did let me get a lot of that out of my system. Like Vincent didn't get to do that. Like he had a 9 p.m. not curfew, bedtime, like all through high school. Like his parents never let him go out or do anything. He never had sleepovers. Like in bed at 9, he would just like hang out in his room by himself as like a teenage boy and just be bored. I feel like that would be really hard. I think he feels like he missed out on stuff now, you know? I've noticed that, like the regret is just the stuff that he didn't get to do compared to like my dumb stories. But I don't know. He also didn't make as many mistakes as I did, so. Jennifer, blue-haired little old lady is kind of normal, isn't it? You know what? Blue-haired little ladies sound so cool. There's this picture I have saved of this little old lady. She's like in a grocery store or something, and she has like sleeve tattoos, and she has this cool spunky hair. And I just love her so much, and I want to be her when I'm old. I think that fun, like crazy hair color tattoos and stuff on older people are super fun. I think it makes you approachable to like younger people. You know what I mean? Casper, that's the goal. Yep. Jade, I completely get what Vincent went through. My stepdad is really strict. I had an 8 p.m. curfew until I was 16 when my mom and him separated. So after that, I just went crazy. Yeah, I mean, how are you not supposed to, right? Like you're not able to self-regulate very well when you have so many restrictions on you, I think. It's hard to figure out like how to be responsible when you've never been able to make good choices for yourself. I think anyway. Not that I made really great choices, but I never did anything permanent, so I feel good about that. Yeah, and like Vincent has a good relationship with his parents now, but like there's a reason that he married me and lives in the US and doesn't like live on the same block as the rest of his family, right? Because they literally have all lived on the same block for most of their lives. But he is here. Jackie, oops, that's what calls him Mr. Lobbin back. You're good, you're good. We're just talking about dumb teenager stuff. Bad decisions. Jackie, love you and Vince. Love you and Eric. Hope everything is good. Jade, still love my stepdad. I probably wouldn't have done half the things otherwise. Yeah, I know, I totally get that. I think that's reasonable. It's like, it has nothing to do with the person that set the rule. It's just the rule itself that's the problem, right? I mean, I'm assuming maybe there are other issues. I don't know. That's what it always has been for me and Vincent, though, with our respective issues. It's not the person. The system. It's the structure. Jennifer, I didn't have a curfew. If I was going somewhere, I got one for that specific night. Yeah, I was out every night. I didn't have a car. Because my family was on the poor side and I could walk to school, so I just walked or rode my longboard to school. But my friend Abby, her family was loaded. So she not only had a car, there was a cool stick shift Hyundai Tucson, I think. It was also like an unlimited credit card that she had in her wallet for gas. So, my friend Abby, if I didn't longboard or bike over to her house, she would come raging up in her stick shift car. Get in, loser, we're going shopping style. Blasting music, windows down always. Usually seats down in the back too. She'd go pick everybody up and we'd all go hang out at someone's house or whatever we ended up doing. But because we had someone with an unlimited access car, it meant that we hung out a lot more frequently. If I had to always get there by myself, like to wherever we were going, I probably wouldn't have been able to, but. Jennifer, I sometimes feel like I didn't have stuff in common with my coworkers because I don't have that kind of, I drink stories. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to not have things to tell in those moments, I think. It's kind of a rite of passage for some people. If you needed to get out of your system, I think it's meaningful to me because it represents a time in my life that was really hard and like how I chose to cope with it. So there's like emotion there, right? Like all of these stories that I have are because I spent all of sophomore and junior year just so desperately alone. I had no friends. Like, I had a cousin that even encouraged me to switch schools, but once I switched schools halfway through the school year to go to her school instead of the school I was going to, because it was close enough I could switch. Once I started going to her school, the guy that she liked started liking me, and so the entire year I was at that school, no one invited me to anything, like at all. Even my cousin. Like, there would be all these parties. I got invited to maybe like 2 parties that entire year. And I'd see her on social media all the time with all of her friends that were in all my classes too. And because she was jealous, she just didn't invite me. And so like I was coming off of like that level of just like desperate loneliness when I made the friends that I made and had all the hijinks. And so I was dumb because I was desperate to be friends with people, and I was like, I just wanted to like feel alive and excited and like do things. I wanted to remember high school not as like a lonely time where I didn't go to a single prom because no one asked me and I didn't have any friends. So like it's not, I think the stories are lots of times people tell them because they were the few bright spots in the middle of a lot of really hard times, because you don't do crazy stuff unless you're having a hard time. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm speaking for everyone here, but it's really just my own story. Like everyone else can have a different experience than me. That's what it was for me for sure. I just don't talk about all the lonely times of like eating lunch in the bathroom because I didn't have anyone to sit by and I was too shy to ask, or That stuff's not the stuff that's fun to talk about, so people don't share it. But most people who have stories like mine probably have had a lot of times like that too. Stacy, I was up at midnight doing homework. Now I would tell my teen self to chill out more. Well, you know what? That just means you'll make a really great parent if you choose to be one. Because you can tell your teenager to chill out. Jade, I think going to school with social media playing such a major role would be terrible. I'm so glad that was after my time. I didn't have a really good friend until I met my husband. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Instagram was in like its first year of existence when I graduated high school in 2012. My very first pictures on Instagram were my senior year of high school, which is why I think that's when it was. I could be wrong. But even Facebook was hard. Like the ability to post pictures was hard, man. I struggled with going from nothing to that, you know, during my high school years was when Facebook really became a thing. I can't imagine the level of like stuff that goes on now with social media in high school. No, thank you. I'm the same. I'm like so grateful that I didn't have it. Even though I did have a hard time making friends, it would have been harder and more lonely watching everyone else have friends on their social media accounts than it was, at least. Jennifer, Stacy, me too. It's okay, guys. It's never too late to go make crazy memories. You have time. Do whatever you want. Ah. Jackie, I also would not be able to handle all the social media pressure in high school. No, and you know what? Like, especially with filters and the ability to Facetune, I think that that would have destroyed me as a teenager. I think I got really lucky in that I kind of hit my, like, my happy place with how I look. I'm really comfortable with it now. I hit that probably when I was like 22, 23, and that was when I started posting more on Instagram. So I kind of got to skip feeling bad about myself and posting a lot of pictures. I don't know what I would have done if I had the kind of low self-esteem that I had in high school and also felt pressured to post pictures of myself all the time. I think that I would have fallen into such a trap of like really extreme editing. Ugh, it would have been bad. Is it back, Jackie? My camera goes to sleep after like half an hour, I think. So I have to turn it off and turn it back on. Jennifer, I can see that. I never went to prom. If you danced with my girlfriends, but my high school, I was resigned to having just a few friends. I'm lucky to still be in touch with some of them 20 years later. See, that's awesome. I have a couple friends that I could say are still friendly, but I don't have a single person that I'm like still close with. Part of that is that I chose to move to New York City at 18, move across the entire country, you know, and do something that was really like unrelatable to what everyone else my age was doing from Arizona. So I think that I lost friends from that just because you know, they didn't know how to relate to me at that point, I think. And I didn't really make an effort to keep in touch with them because life just got really busy for me. So that was partly my fault. I can't totally blame it on them. But it is weird how like people I thought I was really close with, I just like, I can't get them to make time for me now. I've kind of given up. I think that's one reason that I started to hang out online more, because it's just like, I can find people that like get me and like to do the things that I like to do now. I don't have like a lifetime of friendship, like memories and nostalgia built up, you know, with anybody really. Jennifer, I did my teenage angst phase in 5th and 6th grade. Jennifer, you were just so ahead of the curve. You were just an old soul. and you got through all that stuff early, which is fine. Jennifer, are you in the US or from somewhere else? I can't remember. I was just wondering because, like, that's one thing that's been really interesting between me and Vincent. He, you know, grew up in France, obviously, and, like, school is so different there. Like, extracurriculars are not a thing the same way that they are here, and, like, school dances aren't a thing. They didn't have a graduation ceremony. They just got their diploma mailed to them. So they just received it in the mail like 6 weeks after high school ended. So to him, I don't think he understands some of like the pain that came with all my friends going to the prom and me not getting asked and like having to find something else to do that night. Stuff like that he can't quite comprehend because it's just like that wasn't even a thing for him, you know? So I'm assuming that there's at least a few other people here that maybe had like a different experience too, with not quite so much like social pressure on those events. Daniel, ow. What are you talking about? Are you talking about not going to prom? Or not even having it? Jennifer, I can't imagine high school with social media. I first heard of the existence of the internet my freshman year of college. Easier to be older. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I grew up like with barely the internet. Like it was, you know, dial up, and like the really cool thing that I got when I was a kid was a Game Boy Color, and that was like the fun thing that I would play games on. But most of my childhood definitely was spent outside. Like by the time I was 10, I knew how to, you know, ride a bike and rollerblade and scooter, and I learned how to longboard when I was 14 or 15, and like I spent most of my time outside. We were always in the pool or you know, biking around the neighborhood out. Like we did a lot of gardening when I was really little, so I have memories of like digging up the earthworms with my mom, or like we used to lift up the irrigation grates. In Arizona, they have irrigation, you know, little grates in all of the yards. And I used to like lift those up and catch geckos. I used to find gecko nests there, like little eggs, every year, and like watch them hatch. Like we used to do a lot of stuff like that that was very much like, you know, connected. I think that I do feel like I lost a lot of that with the internet. And even though I was at the very, very end of, you know, I'm like the last of the people that didn't grow up with the internet. Totally. But even I have a lot of nostalgia for a time when my phone wasn't quite so accessible. Jennifer, the parent, not parent thing is a huge divide, yeah. Jade, we have a formal in year 12, which is the final year of high school, but it doesn't seem to be such a huge thing as in America. Jennifer, yes, US. Okay, cool. Jade, to be fair enough, that may have changed now as that was 21 years ago now. Yeah, I bet it's the same. I feel like those kinds of traditions stick. Just like prom has existed in the US for like 50 years. Yeah, Jade, we have like the biggest dance at the end of the year, which is prom, but there's definitely like multiple, we have what, 4 dances every year? Homecoming, winter formal, prom, spring fling. Yeah, we have like 4 dances, and every time it's like they used to do the like crazy ways of asking everybody, so it was like doubly painful if you didn't get asked, because not only did you not get asked, so you didn't get to go, but you didn't, like everyone else was like sharing it because it was like such a big exciting thing. They would like make videos about it or like whatever, and you're just like silent because you didn't get asked. There was one horrible year where the guy that I asked to winter formal, he was taking this cute, he was a basketball player, and he was taking this cute cheerleader to prom. but she was out of town for their day date because they do like a big day date before the dance. And they did theirs the weekend before, and she was out of town, and so he asked me instead. So it was this horrible thing where I got to go on this fun hiking to a waterfall day date with the group, but then I didn't get to go to the dance with the group. I don't know why I agreed to go on that day date. I think I was just really desperate to like be a part of it in some way. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to feel left out if you don't get asked in the US. Jennifer, I asked someone, got turned down. Oh, my heart. Okay, wait, guys. That reminds me of my first kiss. So I waited until I was 16 for my first kiss because that's like a very Mormon thing. They like want you to wait till you're 16. So I was older when I had my first kiss than a lot of my friends. There was this guy that I was already kind of like dating. He was like my boyfriend, but we hadn't kissed at all ever. And so my friends were dropping me off after like we were all hanging out that night. His name was Brad. And so they were dropping me off, and he gets out of the car to walk me to the car, or walk me to my house door. And my friends just like drive away and like leave us there alone. And I had just turned 16 like a few days before, and so I knew what was coming. I was anticipating it, and I was so scared. The thing is that homecoming was coming up, and that was a dance, or maybe it was winter formal actually. Whatever. The dance where the girls ask the guys was coming up, right? And or maybe it wasn't actually girl ask guy. No, it was. Okay, homecoming is the one that happens in the fall, and that was the first dance of the year, and it was right after my birthday, so it had to have been homecoming. Anyway, I assumed that my boyfriend would be taking me to my first dance after I turned 16, right? So I was getting my first kiss, things were looking up. I, get walked to the door by this boy who tells me that a girl already asked him to homecoming. So he kisses me, this awkward kiss, and then he tells me that he can't take me to homecoming because another girl already asked him. And that was my first kiss. And I think it was all downhill from there. I never had a good dance experience after that. I think he cursed me. Oh, Jennifer, that sounds like a way more fun childhood than being online. I think so too. It was a good time. Casper, oh my gosh, what a dick move. Jade, what an asshat. Yeah, we didn't date for too much longer after that. That's my first and only in-person boyfriend my whole high school career. My only other boyfriend was long distance, and he dumped me because he started being interested in a girl that was where he was in Utah. Stacy, what? Oh no, lol, yeah. The kiss itself was mediocre, but the real icing on the cake was getting told I don't get to go to the dance with him. My first date, or my first kiss story is really a first dance story. I've had some doozies with boys. Boys were like not nice to me in school. I think that I was really gullible, and I was never like the prettiest or the loudest or the funniest in my friend group. I have to undo these stitches, by the way, because I did them wrong. So I just didn't get asked. I didn't get treated very nice, and I didn't get asked out very much. Okay, now I'm thinking about other funny boy stories. Do you guys want to hear any more? Are you totally bored of like my walk down memory lane? Let me know. I don't want to bore you. I have so many stitches to undo. Why am I dumb? I made a bad choice. I'm trying to decide if I just want to like cut them or not. I was not paying attention. I was talking. Oh, I'm dumb. It's going the other direction. Casper, no, it's interesting. Okay. Okay, do you want to hear when Vincent and I first met? It has to do with the last boy that ever dumped me. Jennifer, what? That boy I know feels good. No, he did not. He is like a pothead taekwondo instructor these days. He's not doing much, so. Okay, here's the icing on the cake about this boy, actually. He was the cutest boy in our grade. But he also was 18 when I was 16, but we were in the same grade because he got held back twice. So he was like the definition of like a dumb, cute boy. That was Brad, the first boyfriend. Okay, Jade, yes, please tell. Okay, let's see. Vincent and I met on Tinder, actually. We met on Tinder when he was in France and I was in the US. So we met in April of 2016, and Stacy, you might have heard this story before. Jackie, I don't know if you have. I don't tell it that often. Okay, anyway, I can't remember who's heard it. Sorry if it's a repeat. So we met in April of 2016 online, like I said. So I was at school in Utah, and he was in France, but he was planning on coming to visit in August. And he originally had been coming for a month, the whole month of August. He was going to come with a friend. And as you know, like, we were raised Mormon, right? So Mormons, it's a smaller community, and I was at a Mormon school in a very Mormon town, like 80% Mormon or something. So he was coming for a old mission companion's wedding in August. And he was going to stay for the whole month. He was coming with a friend. His friend bailed at the last minute after he had already purchased a plane ticket. So now Vincent was coming by himself. And so he was obviously excited about coming, but probably nervous about not having anyone to hang out with. So he downloaded Tinder and like changed his location so that he was matching with girls in Provo so that he would have people to hang out with and go on dates with and whatever when he was there. I feel like I need to explain this because it makes it slightly less weird that he was like matching with people he wasn't near. But this is why. He was just anticipating a fun summer of dating other Mormon girls when he was in the US. And so we matched in April. And here's the precursor to this. I had just been dumped by this boy. He was cute. We were like pretty serious. Like, he met my family. He'd come home for Easter. We were like borderline dropping the L word. But around just before finals week, which was in April, this boy's personality changed drastically, and I was so confused. Like, we had been together nonstop. He was extremely like affectionate and very seriously, like, I felt like he was in love with me, and I like really loved being around him, and I loved his family, and we were like very close. So me and this boy, his personality totally changed. He just was really cold to me, and I was so confused. And so finally I made him, take me on a drive and tell me what was going on. And he proceeded to tell me that, like, he thought he might be bipolar, that when we met, we had, like, a really quick romance. We had met probably, like, in February, and this was by April, right? He'd already met my family. Yes, we're Mormons. We move fast. So he's sitting in the car, driving around, telling me that, like, he thinks he might have had a manic episode where he thought he loved me, and now he feels nothing because he just feels different. And he talked to his dad, and it turns out their whole family has a history of bipolar disorder, and it's just something they didn't talk about, but he thinks that he might have it, and because it's undiagnosed and untreated, it was like he's just having these episodes. And I'm just like sitting in the front seat of the car crying and like, are you sure we can't make it work? And he's like, no, I just have to deal with this on my own. So it was like a horrible breakup, right? We never saw each other after that. Like, that one, I got dropped off. I didn't want to leave, but I did. I got dropped off, and that was it. We were done. So right after that, I got back on Tinder and I had matched with Vincent. So Vincent and I met in that April at the very end of the month. It was like probably a couple weeks after the breakup. And we just instantly clicked, like, hardcore. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. So we were just, nonstop. Vincent is an extremely attentive person. Like, I've dated long distance before. It was always really hard because just sharing messages, you just never like quite, I feel like it's really hard to fully trust that, you know? But Vincent was so good about just like sending me pictures and videos of like what he was doing and who he was with, and like telling me if he was going to be unavailable, and like keeping me posted. And like we had like a Snapchat streak going for the entire time that we were dating long distance, like hundreds of days. We saw each other's faces every day. We Skyped pretty quickly. I like met his parents over like, virtual, and it just felt like very legit, So me and Vincent were like, we were pretty committed. I actually have it in my desk drawer. He sent me, I remember we made it like official. We were boyfriend and girlfriend in May, and he sent me flowers, like surprised me with them. I just came home from school, and there they were on the porch. Like, so much cute stuff like that we just sent back and forth, that I was just head over heels. He was like this adorable French boy, and he was so perfect. So I like completely forgot about this original boy that dumped me because of his mental health stuff, right? I out of my brain, not even a problem. Still, I was, a little devastated. It was hard, but I had this perfect new boy. And so finally, like, it's been months. Everyone told me I was crazy, but we were committed. In August, Vincent arrives. And of course, by now we're super, super tight at the hip. So we had planned on spending an entire month together. We like planned a trip to Disneyland, all this stuff. It was gonna be like a magical month. I was so excited. And I go to the airport to pick Vincent up. Oh my gosh, I had my outfit picked like 3 days early. I was so nervous. I got there so early. And if you've never been to the Salt Lake City airport, because it's Mormon Central, pretty much every day of the week, there are families gathered at the exit points waiting for return missionaries to come home. It just is inevitable, especially with international flights. There are always missionaries ending their 2-year mission, coming home to like signs and everyone excited at the airport. And it's just this whole big thing. So of course, I'm at the Salt Lake airport because I was in Utah at the time, and Vincent's coming in on an international flight, and it was mayhem. There were families everywhere. So I'm super early. I'm just kind of like wandering around the airport, nervous, and I see this boy that dumped me 4 months earlier. I see his sisters walk by. And I had spent a lot of time with his family. I'd gone to his sister's like softball games, and like they knew me. And so I was just like, oh no, like I was maxed out. My stress level was at 100. So I was not going to be talking to them tonight. So I just assumed they were there obviously to pick up someone else, right? Like whatever. I kind of just stayed on the other side of the airport from where I had seen them walking, and hoped they didn't see me because I just was not prepared to talk to them. So I see his sisters, and then I see his parents. This boy's parents. His name was Tim. Maybe I should just use his name. He is not on social media. He won't even see this. I see his parents walk by, and I'm like, oh no. And then I kind of realize like his whole family's there, and I try to get around on the other side of where everybody is. There's like this escalator that goes down from where people get off their planes above, and then they take the escalator down, and so all the families gather at the bottom of the escalator. So I kind of make my way around to the other side of the escalator. I'm like kind of trying to stay hidden, and I'm looking at my phone hardcore, just like, please don't see me, please don't see me. And all of a sudden I get a tap on my shoulder, and it's Tim's mom. And she's like, hi, how are you? Like, hi, we've missed you. She gives me a hug. She's so nice. I feel so guilty because why am I there? I'm there to pick up my new boyfriend after her son dumped me. And so I'm just like trying to, be nice. And she's like, why are you here? Who are you here for? And I'm like, my boyfriend. And she's like, oh. It's so awkward. And she just is like, well, good to see you. I'm like, thanks. And she goes back to her family. I follow her with my eyes, and I see that they have this massive sign. And it's definitely, I remembered then that Tim had a younger brother that was coming home from a mission. And of course, the day that Vincent's flying in, that I'm meeting him for the first time, is also the day that the boy that had just dumped me, his brother was coming home, and his whole family is there. I was just like, oh no. So I just try to ignore it. I'm like, okay, as soon as their brother is there, like they'll be busy with that. It won't even be a big deal. Like whatever, it'll be fine. I'm talking myself down. And then like everyone starts coming. I see Vincent's plane has arrived. Vincent comes. he comes on the escalator. I know who he is immediately, and he runs up and gives me this big wet kiss, and it's just like perfect and awkward and wonderful. And we didn't even say a word. We kissed before we said a word to each other in person. And you know, I'm glowing. It's great. We're walking through this very dense crowd to the belts where the luggage is, and Vincent's walking behind me, and we were holding hands, and all of a sudden he slips out of my hand, and I hear him go, "Oh, hey!" And I turn around. It's like I could see this in slow motion in my head, guys, literally. I turn around and he is high-fiving Tim. And my brain is just like, what? So of course, guys, Mormonism is a small freaking world, because Vincent, when he was going on his mission, he had to learn how to speak Spanish. So from France, they sent him to the Provo Missionary Training Center, and he learned Spanish for 12 weeks, and then he went back to France. Tim was going to Mexico City on his mission. So they were in the Missionary Training Center at the same time learning Spanish together. So they knew each other. And so I'm just watching them high five, right? Vincent doesn't know who Tim is. Vincent doesn't know that Tim and I know each other. And Vincent proceeds to go, "So this is my girlfriend right here. Hi, this is her." And he introduces me to Tim. And I'm just like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And he's like, "Hi." And we just didn't even, we didn't say anything. We just like pretended like we didn't know each other, because we had not seen each other since he dumped me in the car that day, months ago. And like, we didn't know what to do. And I'm just like dying. I'm just dying. And I'm just smiling there, standing there, saying hello to my ex-boyfriend that my current boyfriend has just introduced me to. And as soon as Tim like leaves, he books it out of there. And I'm just like, "Vincent, you literally just introduced me to my ex-boyfriend." He's like, "I had no idea." We had like a whole laugh about it, but yeah, it was a nightmare. It was an actual nightmare. Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna let you catch up. So that was the first time that Vince and I met. It was wild. I just feel bad for Tim. I mean, it was awful. Okay, I think I finally found a stitch I can't undo, but I think I might. Petite saying I'm busting up. Yeah, that was like one for the books. That was 0 out of 10 would not recommend ever repeating that. It was not super fun. Okay, guys, I'm only 2 stitches off now. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I don't wanna undo anymore because I think it's getting tangled now. I did as much as I can do to salvage all these stitches I made that I didn't need to make. Oh, actually, never mind. I got it. Ha! Yeah. Let's see. I have one more. I have one more good one. It's not about Vincent. It's about an earlier boyfriend. I wish... Here's the thing. This story will not be complete unless you can actually hear what I'm about to tell you. So I might... Maybe I'll post it in the Discord. I have to think this through. I don't want to embarrass anyone. But it's just too good not to share. Do you guys want one more good boy story? Because I do have one more. Probably my last real doozy. The rest of the boy stories were just dumb. Like, not spectacular. But this one... Okay, so there's this guy. I'm gonna tell it because Casper said yes, so I'm assuming all of you are here for it. Okay, so this is my last good one. There's this guy that I was dating for a while. He was having issues, like, he was having issues with the church and stuff, which is funny because now, like, I wanted him to tell me what his issues were because I thought I could solve his problem, but now I have the same issues with the same things that he had issues with. But at the time, it was something that kind of was hard to deal with, but I wanted to give him a try because he was cute and he was a musician and there was something like exciting about that. He was a little bit older than me. So this guy, we dated not for super long, but the time that we did date was like a little more on the intense side because we just hung out a lot because he didn't have a lot to do. So we had a lot of free time. So when we first got together, he wrote me this song. Like, he's a legit songwriter. He doesn't have like the best voice in the world, but he's a really good guitar player. And so he wrote me this song. And, you know, it was nice. Jennifer, this is unbelievable. Yeah. So this boy, he wrote me this song and it wasn't ever completed. He just like emailed it to me. He was just really enamored with me in the beginning. But those issues with church stuff that came up later kind of ended our relationship. So the song he wrote in the beginning was like very sweet, but also it was kind of this awkward thing where like, because it wasn't like a finished recording, it was just like something that he wrote. It was something that I kind of felt kind of awkward about. Like, it wasn't a song that was good enough to share with everyone, you know what I mean? I privately listened to it on repeat when he emailed it to me because I thought it was romantic, but it was also a little bit on the embarrassing side. Just to give you context, I will literally post it in the Discord if you want. It's funny. It's funny now looking back on it. Anyway, so this guy like wrote me this song. We were pretty enamored with each other. We dated for a while and then we kind of broke up. I broke up with him and it was kind of awkward. I remember it vividly. It just like wasn't a super pleasant breakup because he didn't want to break up, but also I think he knew that like we just weren't meant to be and that he had stuff he needed to work on. And so I don't know, it was kind of hard just because it just felt really awkward. Like, I drove to his house and we just like sat in the car and talked, like that kind of a breakup, you know? Anyway, so I didn't hear from him for months, but he had like an active SoundCloud account. Oh no, guys, my thread got so tangled. He had an active SoundCloud account where he would share music that he'd written. And a few months after we broke up, he wrote me another song. Well, it wasn't to me. He wrote a song about our breakup. And he shared like every detail of our breakup in this song that he posted publicly, like professionally recorded. Like, the entire conversation that we had was in this song. And I was like shocked when I heard it because I was just like, what the hell is this? So I have to post it because it doesn't make sense unless you hear it. I'm gonna do that right now so you can listen to it and you can give me feedback. But yeah, so I have this song that he wrote me when he was in love with me, and I have the song that he wrote when I dumped him. And I laugh about it now, but I think I was pretty offended when it first happened because like that kind of sucked. That felt really bad. And I felt like our privacy was like very much exposed. And so anyway, yeah, that's the other crazy one that I have, is these songs that I now need to share with you so that you can understand. Because I'm realizing as I'm telling the story that you're not gonna get it if you can't see it. Casper, yes, let me link the Discord also. Oh gosh, sorry my camera's like, ugh. I'm actually going to. Is it turning back on? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I just need to find it. I think I saved it in my Google Drive. Here, Casper, let me give you the Discord link. I don't like this song. It's called Downhill From Here. No thanks. I don't want any downhill. Okay, just get ready, guys. Your mind's gonna be freaking blown when you hear this. Just kidding. It's like, it's not that ludicrous. It's just like, what he described is literally what it was, except he kind of made me sound worse. He kind of made it sound more like it was my fault than it was. Okay, I have to remember how to log into my old. A mail account. Jennifer, and you don't tell this story? It's just, there's just so much explaining that goes into it. It's just a lot. I don't remember my password. Does that ever happen to you? Where you have like 5 Gmail accounts and you can't remember which one is which? Oh, I might have it in here. No, I don't, of course not. I'm just gonna reset it. Oh, I probably have it on my phone. I'm dumb. I could have just phoned it in. Okay, I have to, sorry, I have to figure this out now because I've told the story. Okay, Casper, have to head out for a bit, might be back before you stop streaming. Cool, yeah, come back anytime. Check the Discord for these songs that this boy wrote about me. Wild times. Okay, I need to switch accounts. Oh yeah, it's totally in here, guys. It's totally in here. I'm gonna swap cameras because you're just not looking at anything right now. That's not fun. Let's see. Wow, I have so many emails. Ooh, I found it. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Let's see, let's see. I have to find the right attachment. I hope that it still exists in my email. It should. Oh, I found it. Okay. I found it, guys. I think I can just post it directly. I'm gonna do it. I sent it to multiple people because I thought it was so cute, and it's not cute. Oh no. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna post it in... We're gonna post it in... I don't even know. I'm gonna have to make a new channel for this. Let's see. We're just gonna post it in conversation. Let's see. Everyone who's not on this live stream is going to be very confused, but that's okay. Oh no. Okay. It was a very cute attempt. I know. It's a great story. Let's see. Hopefully this will work. Tell me if it doesn't. The link is there. And then the other song is literally on his SoundCloud. It's like not, it was just a publicly done thing, so. Oh no. Is it not linked? Okay, I might have to do it from here. Sorry, we're gonna figure this out because now I have to share it with you or it doesn't make sense. Let's see. It's loading. Please continue. Thank you. Okay. No, not gonna play that right now. Definitely not. You guys can listen to that on your own. Okay, I think I should be able to add. We figured it out. Oh, it's 8 megabytes. Okay. That's why. I'm gonna share a link to it instead of the actual file. Okay, that should work. Jennifer, people who've been responsible since they were 4 capitalize on whatever stories they have. I also think my audio and video are lagging approximately 6 minutes based on comments showing up. Yeah, I noticed that your comments are later. I mean, it's totally fine. I know I can follow like what you're commenting on, but have you tried clicking out and clicking back in? I don't know if you want to accidentally skip minutes either. Okay, so let me know if that file doesn't work. I made it so that it's like shareable, but let me know. And then I'm gonna find, I think I should be able to find it on my phone. I'm gonna find the breakup song that he wrote afterwards. I don't know if I have SoundCloud on my phone actually. Yeah, this is a good time. Change your battery pack. Okay, I'll change it in a sec. Jackie, oh, it works. Okay, feel free to cringe. I cringed a lot. Get frickin' ready. Okay, and then I think I have to listen to the song to make sure it's the right one. I think it's this one. Okay, this is it. Okay, this is it. I found the breakup song. I'm gonna send it to you too. It's so bad, guys. Paste. Okay, there you go. Enjoy that. Really exciting. I'm gonna change my battery. Oh no. Oh, it makes my stomach turn thinking about it because it was just so awkward. I really want to hear all of your guys' responses. I haven't told this story to like anybody since it was like happening in college. Because of course, as it was happening, I was like telling my friends about it. We were all in shock, but I haven't told anyone since. Guitar man. Yeah. A lot of very slow music. Really slow. Yeah. I don't know what else to do about it. Okay, back to work. Jennifer, you got it. I'll just wait for you guys to listen to these songs. That'll give us about 6 minutes anyway. Jennifer, did it work? Jackie, should we all comment on this SoundCloud song? JC, he's like folksy. I feel like that style was in years ago. Yeah, I agree. And this was like, I mean, this was 2015, end of 2015. So it was now, like it was years ago now, I guess. Jackie, comment on that song if you want to. Comment at your peril. I feel like he's a sensitive individual. He might clap back. I don't know. I think he was very protective of his music. And I will just say, he did not like send that breakup song to me or anything. He just like generally posted about it. He didn't even like tell me. Like, hey, heads up, I wrote this song about the exact night that we broke up. Jennifer, I think that it's closer. It looks like there's less of a lag. Definitely not 6 minutes. It's more like maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Unless you commented that or longer ago. I don't know. I usually try to respond as soon as I see the comment. If that helps you know. No, it doesn't because my audio video is lagging. I don't know how to fix this problem. Hey, that is beyond my skill set. I am sorry to say. Guys, I almost undid my whole mistake. I've spent all of this time undoing all those stitches that I did that I shouldn't have done. I don't know, it's worth it though. I'm glad I didn't have to like just tear through everything. I only need to undo like, I think one more. I think. Jennifer, cool. Okay, yes. No, that's not right either. You know what? I'm gonna leave this one actually because I just can't be bothered. Actually. Oh, that's why. I'm just waiting until you guys tell me you're back. I don't think I have any other really good stories. I need you guys, we need to have like a night where people come on Zoom and tell me their good stories. I only have so many. Those were fun stories. Good. I'm glad they weren't boring at least. Doesn't make life feel so boring now, man. Like, being so like out there and social feels so foreign to me now. I'm just an old married person. Don't have any dating adventures. Nothing exciting ever happens. I love my life, but there's not a lot of stories to tell about it. I'd be like, yeah, I had a great first 4 years of marriage. Ooh, actually, guys, Vincent's not listening. He's probably watching his movie still, and I don't think he's ever gonna watch this. Our anniversary is coming up on May 6th, and I have no idea what to do. Stacy, I was just laughing the whole time I was making pasta. Good. Laughter is therapy. I'm glad I could make you laugh. Okay, help me figure out. When the world opens up, we'll make new stories. Thank you, yes. All of you. We really need to plan something, actually. Jackie, of course, you're my neighbor. We will for sure be doing things, but I'm really, really in love with the idea of like getting together with people in person. We need to meet up somewhere or something. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think I got all of it. Okay, yeah, anniversary. I don't know what to do. I don't know at all. So if you guys have any good ideas for a 4th anniversary in quarantine, we will actually be just finished with like our, vaccine like round. Like we should be good at that point. But New York City is not going to be all done. So I don't know. We've already had 1 anniversary in quarantine. I was sick, actually. We didn't do a single thing. But I don't know. I wanted to like do something, but I don't know what. He asked me recently, like, for something that I need, or like that I've been wanting, and I just told him, but I don't know if that's like something he's planning on getting, or if he's thinking about my birthday, because my birthday's in June. I don't know. But anyway, tell me your thoughts for like a low-key but still fun anniversary that we could do at home, because I feel like I'm at a loss. I feel like I'm burnt out of like doing things at home. How did that happen? Oh, we're good. Jennifer, weren't we headed to Vermont? Oh, we are going to Georgia, but it'll be like with a friend. And it'll be like the week before. So we'll be back home probably doing nothing for our anniversary. Yeah. Maybe we could do something. It's hard because like we'll be with other people. And so we can't really just like go off and do our own thing. My dream is to like do a Disney World resort vacation for an anniversary, because that just sounds really relaxing and fun. And our first trip together was to Disney, but I don't know. Stacy, your anniversary is May 20th. Yeah, I guess it's kind of warm enough to like go do something outside. Honestly, we'll probably just end up like going to a restaurant or something again. I feel like. Jackie, I'm sorry I have to head out, but I'll brainstorm my anniversary ideas. Okay, have so much fun. Love you. Thanks so much for hanging out. It was a good time. You're awesome. Oh, ow. Stacy, my husband and I once did a little dinner on a yacht night in New York. It was so nice. That sounds so fun. Ooh. I wonder if there's anything like that that we could do. I need to see, we need to like think outside the box and like look up something fun like that. Also, we would love for you to visit, so whenever you feel safe to travel, come hang out with us. We'll even loan you our air mattress if you want to do a super cheap trip. Stacy, it wasn't crowded at all and it was a few years ago. Cool, okay. I need to look up stuff like that. I kind of forget how great the city is for like interesting events. Like I'm so used to just like picking a good restaurant, but then it's like we're just eating at a restaurant. I would love to do something different. That sounds really fun. One of the coolest things I've ever done in the city was, oh, what's it called? Shoot, now I can't remember the name of it. It's because it has a few different names. But it's like interactive theater. It's in Chelsea in like a warehouse, multi-story warehouse. Why can't I think of the name of it? I still have like the memorabilia from it somewhere. But I really want to do stuff like that again. I just don't know when it's going to be open or if it'll ever come back, honestly. I don't know what will survive. That might, like, part of New York might be gone for a while, which is sad, because like I'd be planning on doing a lot of really cool like Broadway, off-Broadway theater stuff with Vincent otherwise. That's what we love. Marley, how did I miss so much of this? Hi! Nice to see you. I don't know, but I'm glad you're here now. I'll be on for a little while longer. Just make sure to watch it and then go to the Discord and listen to the music I posted. Jennifer, I was thinking of the first stream and a craft retreat at your cousin's farm. Not for your anniversary, but live stream meetup, because you know, you actually know. Oh, Vermont. Yes, you're right. I forgot that we talked about that. It's like a month ago. I can't believe you remembered that. Yes, she would love to have everyone up there. She desperately wants visitors, but COVID has prevented us. We haven't even met her son yet. But it actually looks awesome. Jennifer, no, I thank you for reminding me, because now it's in my head. I literally have short-term memory loss sometimes. But you're right, we did talk about that, and that would be really fun. I still want to go to the Scottish Highlands, too. My Scottish friends are not on this one tonight, but fun. Jennifer, I do feel like I know you, by the way. Like, I consider these friendships just as valid as any others. The worst part about it is like just not seeing all of your faces all the time. That's why I want to do like Zoom calls or like get a get together, because I want to see your faces and like meet you. It's weird like talking to text on a screen sometimes, but I also feel like I do kind of know your personalities, and I love all of you, and wouldn't be hanging out with you at 10 o'clock on a Monday night if I didn't. But yeah, we need to figure out how to do something. It's still on my brain. We just got to figure it out. Kind of depends on everyone else wanting to do it too. I think on the other end of it, I totally understand liking the anonymity of like not having to be on camera too, right? Like I don't mind leading in this space because this is my space. But when I'm on other people's channels and stuff, I don't know if I'd want to, I don't know if I'd want to be actually on call like that either. But we do need to do something. Just gotta figure it out. What is this? Stacy, nothing beats good food and maybe something fun to watch or experience. Yes. Oh, I really, really want to go. I went to some really amazing interactive theater stuff that like my dream was to show it to Vincent. Let me see what this one was called. I can't remember. It was so magical. Sleep No More. That's what it was called. Okay, so the one that is obviously my very favorite is Sleep No More. But we also went to Fuerza Bruta a couple times, and that was really incredible too. And I mean, we as in like, not me. I mean, not with Vincent, like me with other people. They're both so good. That's like, I think that's what I'm like really missing is like being in crowds doing things together. And so I feel like nothing's gonna match that. But both of those are amazing. Sleep No More is like, it's in this big multi-story warehouse. You go in and you're in a speakeasy, like a turn of the century speakeasy. And you get like free drinks. We didn't obviously partake of drinks back then because I didn't drink, but you get drinks and playing cards that have like different symbols on them, and then a mask, and you put the mask on and you don't take it off the whole time that you're there, and you also don't talk the whole time that you're there. And then you go in when your card is called for whatever symbol you have, so you kind of are going in as in groups, and you can explore the whole space whichever way you want. But what it basically is interactive, not interactive, but like immersive dance, like interpretive dance Macbeth. So it's telling the story of Macbeth with like actors who are playing specific characters, but it's incredibly immersive, and there's no speaking, it's all with music and dance. And it's amazing. There's a set that's a mirror image of the speakeasy that you were just in that was like alive and well with an active bar, except this one version is like old and decayed with cobwebs. And that's the scene with I can't remember any of the characters. I don't even know the story that well because I haven't spent as much time with Macbeth. But it's like a scene where there's like, it's with the witches and like a transformation, and there's a guy in nothing but an elk head with this like crazy, oh, it's so cool. And then there's like this whole dance scene with Macbeth in the bath and his wife, and like they're talking, he's cleaning off the blood from like having killed whoever he killed. And there's an entire area that's a forest that you have to walk through to get to a witch's hut where they do a really like beautiful dance. There's this whole bar area in this one area with all these jars of candy, and you can take whatever candy you want while you're there. And then there's this other area with like nurses and this whole hospital set up with like, it's just like, it's like turn of the century Macbeth interpretive dance in this multi-story area with all these different sets that you can walk through. And then like if you get lucky and an actor catches you alone, they'll take you back on like secret areas that you don't see normally. Like they know all the secret doorways and stuff. It's so cool. We went twice, me and the guy I was dating at the time, and each time is different because you go to different places and you focus on different things, and it's insanely cool. And then so that one is really fun because you're kind of moving. You can follow certain actors or go wherever you want, and you're just all silent in these masks the whole time. And then we've also done Fuerza Bruta a few times. I felt so bad because my sister came to visit, and we took her to Fuerza Bruta because we were all poor at the time and couldn't afford to do like a normal Broadway show, and it's off Broadway. But Fuerza Bruta is like kind of it's immersive and kind of interactive, but it's also the opposite of Sleep No More, because Sleep No More, you're like wandering around this giant space up and down staircases and stuff. And Fuerza Bruta, you're standing in the middle of this like set, and you're just standing and watching, and they kind of move you as a group to like different areas for different things. So like at one point there's this like, it looks like a treadmill, like a running thing, and this person's running at full speed, like putting things on the treadmill that they're dodging as they're running in standing still, but like running. And then there's this whole scene where these acrobats are like swinging around on the trapeze, running along the walls. And then at one point, like they lower this pool down over you to like just a few feet above your head, and there's like people doing like synchronized dance above you, and it's all like set to this crazy music, and there's like all kinds of things in the air, like bubbles or like paper floating down. It's just like incredibly like overwhelming because you don't know where to look, but you're like standing kind of in the middle. So that one is really fun too. It's like a whole different experience from Sleep No More. But Jennifer, whoa, I was thinking of this mystery dinner thing I went to, but this is so much more. Yeah, there's nothing I've ever encountered that's like Sleep No More. It's hard to describe because it's just so insanely immersive. Like it's wild. It's very cool. Ooh, there's also, even in Sleep No More, I forgot, there's also this scene with when they're all at dinner. And so like there's this entire huge table with a buffet with all real food. And then there's like the dinner scene that they have, and then the actors leave and you can just like hang out and like you could eat the food if you wanted to, honestly. I don't know why you would, but yeah, I keep thinking of like more and more. It's something that I've kind of put out of my brain because I don't even know if it's gonna come back. Like all of that kind of stuff is really suffering right now because they haven't been able to do it. Hopefully it comes back. If it comes back and you guys all take a trip to New York City, we will all go to Sleep No More and it would be so fun. I hope that it will still be alive. That's what worries me a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm just wanting to like experience that again, you know? Nothing's gonna compare. Dinner and a movie just isn't the same. Pharaoh Wolfie, can you explain your stitching method? I can. It's kind of whatever I want. I generally do... What's this method called? Is this the British method? I can't remember. There's two different methods of stitching. You can either go like this, you know, where you do one stitch at a time in a row, and then you go back and do the stitches going the other direction. But I don't like to do this generally. I sometimes will if I'm trying to keep my thread ending up at the same place I started. But generally I like to do the other method, which is doing the entire stitch at once. So I cross it over every time. It doesn't take up any extra thread. It takes up the same amount of thread, and that's just my personal preference. I think it's easier to track the stitches that way. And then I kind of just do whatever I want. Lots of times for streams, I kind of do an outline and then I fill it in because it's easier for me to not have to count quite as much, and I don't have to constantly be looking at my pattern if I kind of make an outline and then fill it in as I go. A lot of people don't like doing it this way because the pull of the stitches isn't the same. It's not like super consistent. But I just kind of like a little bit more of a rustic look. I don't like it to be so perfect that it looks like a machine could have done it. So I don't mind if the stitches are pulled a little bit weird, as long as obviously they look the way they're supposed to look, I'm happy. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's my method. If you have anything more specific that you're looking for, ask away. Jennifer, I did dinner and movie at this point. Yeah. I agree. I would take anything. But I'm aching for more. I'm so ready for more. Pharaoh, yes, thank you. I noticed you weren't doing half stitching. Yeah, it's just easier for me to track what I'm doing, especially when I'm talking at the same time, if I'm just doing the whole stitch. I love this song. Guys, we've made some good progress. I've just been working on this blue this whole time. This is good progress for me, at least, on like a live stream. I spend a lot of time not stitching when I'm talking, but I'm actually pretty happy with this. Thanks for hanging out with me and making it feel easy instead of daunting. What count is your cloth? Pharaoh asks. It is 14 count, I believe. My next project will be 16 count. I would like it to be a little bit smaller. I'm just trying to use up the last of what I bought in France, and it's not labeled. So I'm pretty sure this is 14. I'm pretty sure. Stacy, I know what you mean though. I want it to try more experiences after being at home for a year. Yeah, I'm just like, I want something that makes me like feel things, you know? I'm ready for that, I think. Getting out in a crowd where I could possibly catch COVID doesn't make me feel the right kinds of things. I want to feel different things than that, finally. Can you still see me? I'm like getting hot. Okay, must count. Okay. It's like such a crescent moony type of curve. Guys, I just got an email from my tattoo artist. I just want to make sure that I still get to go in on Friday. Let's see. Cool. 1 p.m. Friday, guys. 1 p.m. Friday. I'll send you pictures after it's done. Cool. See if you have something backless or something that unties in the back. I asked her what I should wear because it's my back. I haven't ever done a back tattoo, so I don't even know. I didn't know what to wear. But I think I have the perfect backless shirt. I think. I'm gonna have to like check and make sure it doesn't cover any part that needs to be tattooed. It's kind of a hard thing I didn't have to think about until now. Jade, it's too nerve-wracking going out where there are heaps of people. Yeah, I feel real anxiety surrounding that I did not used to feel. Farah, I'm currently doing a 3-strand on my 14 because on my work the 2 strands look happy. Yeah, that's what I don't like about this. Like, I mean, it's decent. I wonder if you can zoom in a little. I have to wait and see if it'll zoom in for me. Let me look at my OBS studio. Yeah, like it's not bad. It is just like a little, you can catch like hints of the white sometimes. It's not great. I definitely wouldn't be doing it I wouldn't do any bigger count fabric with 2 strands than this. Oh, Pharaoh, thank you. That's very nice. Work looks clean up. Thank you. Jennifer, I think that's a lot of what's driving the bad behavior around our country. Stitchers will probably channel that energy into better things. Yep, it's true. It's true. Thank goodness for hobbies, right? That's why I've been encouraging everybody, like, you need a hobby right now. What is this music? Twist and top. No, thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. What the? I don't like this either. It's a lot of piano. Okay, better. Mary. Hi, Mary. Glad you're back. Personally, prefer 3 strands in most circumstances, but that looks good. Thank you. I'm just following what the pattern told me, but I think if I was doing this project again, I would just do it on a smaller count fabric. Just because it's a lot of stitches to not have it look really clean and as nice as possible, at least. Mary joined the 28 count dark side. No, thank you. I am terrified of that. I feel like I would go blind trying to like keep track of that. I don't know how you do it. I admire you though. Not to say I don't admire you. I'm just not brave enough. Jennifer, I don't have COVID anxiety, but my city state shut down hard. I follow the precautions in the same way I brush my teeth. Not because I'm afraid my teeth will fall out, but just because it's what you do. Yeah, that makes total sense. I think if I hadn't have caught COVID, I would have felt the same way. I just feel like for myself, my lungs are truly damaged, and I don't know if I'll ever get back my full smell and taste. The first vaccine actually did help with that a little bit. But I just I feel like I don't know what I would do if I caught it again. I don't know if I still have the antibodies. That's why I was so relieved to get the vaccine, because I don't know if I still have the antibodies. And if I don't and I catch it again, it's like, it's gonna suck. I was really close to needing to go to the hospital last time. So I think that's what makes me afraid, is just like the anxiety of like the longer we've had to wait for the vaccine, the less likely I am to still have antibodies, and the more likely I am to catch it again and for it to be like really bad when I do, you know? If I hadn't have ever caught it, I wouldn't be feeling like that. I would be fine. Jade, Mary, goodness, no. 16 count is a struggle for me at the moment. Yeah, Jade, I feel like it's gonna be a struggle for me too. Mary is a next level dedication. Mary, I have youthful eyes. I'm also just kind of crazy for tiny amounts of precision. Well, I guess it's perfect that you're doing the pattern that you're doing, because I don't think that I would have the patience for it, personally. I will say that I think that if I wasn't making YouTube videos about cross-stitch, not that I have in the last few months, but in general, if I hadn't, then I wouldn't probably feel like I don't want to work on a massive project, because I literally, guys, I just got a comment the other day on my cross-stitch tips video that now has like, I don't know, however many views, lots of comments. And the comment was like, do you have a finish of this? With like 3 question marks. Like they were upset that like they didn't know if I'd finished this project. And it's like, honey, coming out on a live stream and you will see that I'm not even close to done on this project. I definitely do not have a finish of it, but thank you for your optimism that I could finish it in that amount of time. Nope. Vincent, I just heard him sneeze. Bless you. He probably has headphones on. Jennifer, I heard last week my husband had it bad and can hardly walk, but otherwise it's only people I don't know in real life who had it. Thanks for sharing about it. You're welcome. Yeah. Most of my friends haven't caught it, but Vincent has had a few students who caught it and never came back. We don't know if they're alive, to be honest. And we have students of his who've lost family. I have one friend who lost his dad to COVID. So like we do have it around us, just because I think we happen to touch a lot of people because of his work that are here in the city and that are older too. Just by happenstance. We have more stories, and that's why I got sick too, because he caught it. I think he brought it home from his boss and then passed it on to me. Ooh, look at that nice knot. Wow. Good job, Emma. Pharaoh, the back of my piece is not nearly as clean as the front. I don't get to do the fun, perfect back of your project pictures on r/cross-stitch like some people can do. Not to that level yet. Let's see. Okay. Jennifer, I'm so grateful to work from home. You're telling me. I lasted maybe a month at Anthropology when they called me back at like the end of July, beginning of August. By the end of August, I had to quit. Like I really could not do it. Not only the anxiety of like having to go be in public with COVID stuff happening was like way too much for me, but I just was so exhausted all the time. And oh man, I was so relieved to be able to quit and like switch to being home. I'm definitely not making the same amount of money I was right now, but it's worth it to just have been able to stay home this year. Jennifer, I haven't overestimated the speed of work and think I can do an ornament during a movie. No, yeah. Yeah, that happens to me all the time with every project. Jade, have to head out. Have a lovely day, everyone. Love you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Have a good one. See you next time. I'll try to schedule a morning one so it's nighttime for you. Look out for it. Ooh. Okay. I just realized that this is like extra zoomed out. Sorry guys. Do I even live stream? I don't know. This music is making me kind of hypnotized. I guess it's over now. It was like making me feel zony. Ugh. My BFF and her husband own a store and have remained open. Her anxiety over keeping up with the regulations OSHA for her workers and customers who don't care too much through the roof. Yeah. In-person retail is a nightmare. It's rough. I do see both sides. But I will always err on the side of caution just because I've experienced COVID. I know my family in Arizona, like none of my immediate family besides me has caught COVID. And I think that a lot of them chalk up like my experience to living in the city and having an autoimmune disorder. So they don't take it as seriously as I do. And like, I have to work really hard to remember that like there's a lot of them are looking at it from a perspective more like that, where it's like, they haven't gotten sick. They don't know anyone who's gotten really sick or died necessarily. And so like, they're just seeing how difficult it's been for like the people, you know, boots on the ground type people. It sucks. There's like no right way to do it, I think, because all of it sucks because a pandemic just sucks. That's what I've realized is like you literally can't win. The government cannot make a set of regulations that's going to benefit everybody. And so it's like, whose lives do we value more in this instance? And I'm really glad I'm not a policymaker right now, that's for sure. I don't know how you answer that question. I don't know how you balance that. I just don't. Jennifer, where's your music coming from? It's from Epidemic Sound. I have an account there, and so I pay for all the music that I use in like YouTube, Twitch, everywhere, so I don't get copyright struck. Because I'm really afraid of like those copyright-free playlists on YouTube. You just can't trust that they're all actually copyright-free. And if somebody copyright claims my song, then I don't make any money on the video that it's in. Twitch will just straight take it down too. Like, I won't make any money there either. I'm just really determined to finish this circle now that I've gotten so close. This is very exciting. Let's see. Thanks, I like lo-fi for work sometimes. Of course. Yeah, I don't like love it all the time, but I feel like it's kind of the only consistently decent background music with like when I'm needing to talk. When I'm like editing a video, I can turn down the specific frequencies that my voice is at so that you can hear me talking clearly over someone singing, but I can't do that on a live stream. So I kind of have to stick to like stuff that doesn't have a lot of lyrics, I feel like. Unless nobody wants to hear me talk, and then maybe we could just listen to music together and I could not say anything, but that's the only other option really, I think. Oh, I just wish my headphones wouldn't keep falling out. That would be nice. Oh, Jennifer, no. There's no way. I would be streaming until like tomorrow. I'm just going to like at least finish this circle. I'm probably gonna go for like 10 more minutes. Maybe I'll hit like 11 p.m. and then call it good. 11's about my limit. For like energy levels. I get real tired after that because I am an old lady. But I'm just excited that I made it all the way around. Because I have to fill it in with like 3 other colors of like moony shapes. Show a circle. Let's see. Moony shapes, petite Stacy. Yeah, Jennifer, I'm not a fast enough stitcher for that. There's no way. I don't know if anyone could be. That's what's so deceptive about cross stitch though, right? Because like this doesn't look like a big area to fill. With embroidery, it really wouldn't be. But yeah, no, there's no way. Okay. Where are we at? We're doing so good. Cool, cool, cool. Jennifer Mooney shapes equals spots. I did not realize that when I said that. I kind of like that better than what I'm about to have to stitch, though. What I have to stitch is just a bunch of circles, and it's going to be so much counting. Jennifer, I feel like I can do one thread an hour if it's a simple shape. Yeah, it's slow. It's slow going. It's okay though, we'll get there. We'll get there. I can't tell you, literally guys, live streaming has made this so much easier to plow through. And I feel like motivated to work on it outside of this too, just because like I want to have progress before my next stream, you know? Like I definitely will be working on this all week. I actually was thinking about, my next YouTube video, besides the vlogs that I do like about once a week, I might be doing like a marathon video. Just like finishing this piece this week. That's not going to be this week, but maybe next week if I can handle it. We're going to see if I can maybe do that, because I would love to have like a ton of progress made in a week. That would be fun. I don't know if it'd be a fun video to make, but it would help motivate me to finish this so I can move on to my Welcome to Rohan project that I'm so excited about. I'm really ready to work on it. I already have the frame and everything ready for this one too, so I can go right on the wall as soon as I'm done. Jennifer, I feel like I can do one thread an hour if it's a simple shape, which works well for one thread per TV show. Yeah, TV shows are primo. Sometimes I do listen to podcasts instead. Like I have a few like Twilight podcasts and stuff that have tons of episodes that I can just like binge listen to whenever I'm in the mood for it. So I've been listening to podcasts a lot too, actually, like just long podcasts, just like going forever. I find that sometimes it's a little easier because like I don't look up from my thread as much, but anything that's kind of longer format is just really good for getting work done. Mary, these streams are my designated stitching time. I love that. That makes me want to do more of them, so you have more stitching options. But also that probably means that you'll just have to pick which one you do, because I don't know if you want more stitching time. I just need to keep making videos so that I can make more money, and then Vincent can quit teaching full-time, and then I can live stream 24/7. And all I'll do is cross-stitch, and that will be my life, and you guys can come hang with me all the time. How about that? I think that sounds fun. Jennifer, sounds kind of painful to do a marathon. I've been watching Serena the Teenage Witch. Oh, throwback. I loved that show. I haven't watched it in forever. I've just been watching Outlander, but it's kind of a serious show. I got more of my sweater caught in my thread, guys. Yeah, and marathons are pretty painful. But it's also worth it because you just knock out so much at once. And it's kind of fun to like do nothing all day but watch TV and stitch, you know? With like obviously breaks for filming me complaining about watching TV and stitching. Mary, my advice, investing in learning how to use the book. Do that because it really starts to hurt after hour 8. Yes, I probably should. I have that one video where I stitched for 8 hours, and that was about my limit. But I could do like, I think what I could do is maybe like 4 or 5 hours every day for a week, right? Like that would just be for the whole afternoon. I could do that. I think that would be doable and pretty fun. See, I need to make sure I get my counting right. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just kidding. I was off by 1. I knew it. Okay, we're fixing it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we're good, guys. I made a mistake, but it's an easy one to fix. I just needed to fill in 2 stitches here that I messed up. Thank goodness. I thought that I really, really messed it up for a minute, but I didn't. No big deal. Stacy, love your live streams. You are so nice. I'm glad that you enjoy them. It's very low-key. What is this song? That's weird. The song is called The Rain is Sad, and I just have a feeling I'm not gonna like that. So we're gonna skip it. Jennifer, this team has gone from spreadsheet time to dishes time to cooking time. I'll probably start stitching when you quit. Perfect. I'm glad I could keep you company. You like Outlander too? I ended up with a carpal tunnel kind of feeling after 3 days of stitching for 5 hours each. That would honestly, that would probably happen to me too if I'm being honest, because I already have arthritis. I wonder if you can tell. My joints aren't too swollen right now. But this one right here is always a lot more swollen than the other one. And I can't bend it as far. So this hand gets bad. I have a brace that I can wear if it starts to really hurt. But, you know. Mary, the rain has been sad here for a solid week. Oh no! I'm really sorry it's been so rainy. Rain is the worst. It's been rainy here too for the last couple days. I am over it. Jennifer, benefit of doing rows. You only have to think in one direction and then just go over it the other direction. Yeah, I would do that. I think if I started a project with that in mind. Maybe that'll be an experiment. Maybe I'll start a project doing the direction thing with the rows. I just kind of feel like, I know you can end the thread wherever you want, obviously, right? But I do feel like I like the idea of how efficient I can be with my thread. And I do feel like it would feel less efficient. Not that it actually would be, but that it would feel less efficient if I was doing rows. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. But that's how I think of it. Mary, there's a stalled pressure system or something, which basically amounts to literally having not seen the sun for 7 days. Ugh! I would go crazy. We've had blips of really nice days here in between the rain. It's definitely been a rainy April, but you know, we have had some like perfect sunny 60-degree days. I don't know what I would do going a whole week. Jennifer, you love rain. I think I loved rain when I lived in Arizona, which is where I grew up, because rain meant taking off your shoes and running around outside and like coming in sopping wet. And that was really magical. But in New York City, where you have to walk to and from the train, and rain means that the train is super humid and stinky, and then like you can't wear cute shoes and everything feels really wet all the time. I find that I like it less. It's fine if I like don't have to go outside, but just like having to go walk in it for long periods of time, I don't love here in the city. Mary, I love rain too, and fog in particular, but it just feels weird, unbalanced. Yeah, I get that. Okay. We're making progress. Okay, well I said I was gonna end at 11, but now it's 11:05, and I also still feel like I want to keep going, so we're just gonna keep going for a few more minutes. Not too much longer though. Heads up, guys. Jennifer, I totally get serotonin from the efficiency thing. I plan ahead how to get the one stair step between rows. Yeah, that's what I would want to do too. I just need to like learn how to do it better, I think, so that I'm more comfortable with it. I was kind of feeling like dessert earlier, and so I brought a box of Junior Mints in here, but then I forgot about it. And now I want them, but it's also 11 o'clock at night, and I don't really want to eat sugar at 11 o'clock at night. Dang it! I forgot! Oh well, next time. Jennifer, hot, humid, rain is icky. I live in Oregon. So cold, gray, beautiful, dreary rain. Lovely. Oregon is so beautiful. I haven't been to Oregon in a long time, but right after high school, me and my best friend, we both saved up like a few $1,000s and went on an epic road trip. So we went from Arizona to San Diego, and it was just the two of us. This is the same friend with the stick shift car that used to come pick us up and drive us everywhere. And we drove all the way up the PCH to Forks, Washington, and then all the way back down. So we spent a lot of time in Oregon. We stayed in Portland overnight. I love the Northwest. That trip and like spending time in that part of the country is still like one of the highlights of my life, because here I am talking about it. I really want to take Vincent to visit because he hasn't been able to. Mary, I would love to visit the Pacific Northwest. Mary, I feel like it would, I know that your area is probably a lot like more mountainous, but do you think it would be similar at all to what you have? Because it is so like wet and green there, and I feel like where you live must be wet and green. Am I wrong? Tell me about it. I actually have no idea. I'm just pulling that out of my butt. But Portland in particular, I just love like the whole keep Portland weird thing. I love Portlandia. Like I just love the vibe of Portland. It just makes me really happy, and it's so funny and cute and fun and wholesome, and I do love that about Oregon also. I think it's pretty great. Adds a little bit of magic. Jennifer. Forks, you really are a Twilight fan. I know. Okay. I might have to send one more thing. It should be here in my drive that I just have open. We, on that road trip, it was just me and my friend, right? Just the two of us. And we definitely took all the pictures. We went to the diner where they filmed everything and got Bella burgers and took pictures, and oh man, it was something else. It was a really good time. Oh gosh. Mary, it's wet here. We've got much smaller trees and they're mostly conifers in the wild. It's really hilly but not mountainous. I don't know, it's a lot of rock mostly. Okay, okay. That makes more sense, like craggly rocks, because you're an island, right? Stacy, we went to the Twilight Diner. Yes. At the Twilight Diner, they had a burger called the Bella Burger. And when you ordered it, they gave you these plastic vampire fangs. And we definitely went out into the woods and like took a whole bunch of pictures with the vampire fangs and like did all the things. Yeah, it was a very good time. Jennifer, don't even look at the videos of drive-thrus of Portland now. It's very much not cute and fun with good vibes. We're still having regular rights and murders are up. Ugh, I've been hearing about those, and I have to say that I have actively been avoiding news about it because it makes me mad. I like the Portland that I knew in 2012. I am sorry that it's like that. That sucks. Stacy, I would so do a Twilight tour. Hashtag spider monkey. Stacy, did you see that meme I posted the other day about the spider monkey? I was crackling. That was my favorite meme I found in a while. Jennifer, no, you're so fine. It's like, it's good to know. Like, it's important to hear from people who live there, I think, about what's going on. Just like when everyone was saying that the stuff in New York City was really bad, and we were like, there's nothing going on around us. I think that's important too. So I think it's good on both sides. Okay, I'm gonna, if I can find the like road trip pictures from Forks, I'm gonna send them to the Discord because they're really funny. I should have them somewhere. I don't remember where, but somewhere. Twilight TikTok kills me. Can we just talk about how insane it is that it's like a thing? Like, it's insane that Twilight came out, like the movie was in 2008 and it got massively made fun of and then like forgotten. And then it's so back so much now. Like, it's insane that it's so much a thing, and I'm so glad that it is, but like it's just really crazy. Okay guys, I found the pictures. They're really, really embarrassing. I was a just baby-faced little 18-year-old, but I will show you. I will show you our Forks pictures if you would like to see them. I'll just share the ones of me and not my friend because I don't know how she feels about them. I think they're funny, but I don't know about her. Oh, I had a pixie cut too, so you can see me with very short hair. It's not super cute. Jennifer makes you mad too. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Stacy. Okay, Jennifer, yes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna share these pictures and you guys have to promise not to be too hard on me because this was an era of my life that I wanted to forget, but here we are talking about it. Because it's so cringy. Okay, let me see. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right. Okay, I'm only sharing 3 photos. I can't deal with more. It's too much. Mary, let's go. I'm reliving the eras I want to forget too. Let's all forget and celebrate the people we've been. It's so true. I look back at this girl and I just feel so bad for her because she was so, you know, I was just awkward. Okay, here you go. Enjoy that. The last one like really is so bad. Oh man, I literally can't look at it. You guys are my real friends because I would not be showing that to you if I had any doubt that you actually really liked me. Can't look at them. We did like an entire photo shoot in the woods with those fangs, and like we both pretended to be dead. I don't know why, because we were the vampires. We didn't think that through, but there I am. I know. Someday I need to make memes out of them or something. If you guys come up with funny Twilight memes with those pictures, amazing. Jennifer, I have to go download Discord so you're just gonna see me looked great. Jennifer, I did not look great, but I love your optimism. I would have 100% did a forest photo shoot. I mean, when you're in Forks and they give you a pair of vampire fangs, what are you supposed to do? You have to go out in the woods. There is no other option. It was really funny too. They had like, this was in 2012, right? So it's still like very peak Twilight-ness. I don't know what it looks like now. They still have a Twilight festival there every year. Billy Burke's gonna be there this year, I think. But back then they had like a Twilight tour that you could take. They had entire shops dedicated to Twilight merch, and like they had like a drugstore that was labeled Bella's First Aid Station, and like it was so cringy hilarious. I loved it. Jennifer, that sounds really fun. If you can't be a goofball with a friend, what's the point? It's so true. My friend Abby, she was always down for like stupid stuff like that. She's the same friend that kept rollerblades and water guns in her trunk. Like, she was always down, and I'm really glad I took the road trip with her, because it would have sucked to have gone all the way to Forks and not have been able to be like so cringy like that. I'm really glad we got to do that for sure. And those pictures will be there forever. So, forever in our memories, the Twilight era. Let's come back. Okay, guys, this thread is donezo, which means that I think I am donezo, because otherwise I have to start a new thread, and I don't think I'm ready for that kind of commitment. Stacy, okay, a festival, yes. Look up, oh, what's her name? I think it's Twilight Ho on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. She is going to it. So if you follow, I think her name is Twilight Ho. I could be wrong. Twilight.ho. If you follow her, she is going to the Twilight Festival. So if you follow her, you can see whenever she's posting about it. And then you can see what it looks like, because it's insane. They have an Instagram account too. This Instagram account for the Twilight Festival in Forks, they post at every actor who's in the movie. Whenever it's their birthday, they post about it. You know how many actors are in the whole franchise? Which means that they post birthdays like every freaking day. It's like hilarious. Oh my gosh. But I love that account. It's so funny. Just because it's like, oh, some people are really still in it. They really, really are. Okay, guys. My voice is getting so crackly. I think that's it, folks. My water's gone, my thread's gone. So I'm gonna sign off here. Love you guys. I will schedule the next one, which will be for Saturday night very soon. So stay. Oh no, Jennifer, I put in one stitch so you're allowed to quit. Perfect. Cool. So glad you're able to be here the whole time. Bye, Mary. You're the best. So glad you're able to catch the end. Bye, Stacy. Bye, everybody else. I don't know who else is here. But like I said, I'll schedule for the next one for Saturday. And in the meantime, I am on Twitch usually Monday, Wednesday morning, Friday afternoon. So if you like streaming in general, it's generally the same vibe, just Minecraft instead of crafting. Have a good night, guys.